Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Poco de cages, no, I will sit and take it. No, no. They left me for dead, I guess I'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. A place where you can run free. Time does not exist. Take a chance when the road before us falls under our face. I can't hold on, I can't remain so strong. We have the same old bond, but everything is wrong. My love is gone, but I've been born. I can't make it on my own. is a damn hard pill to swallow. I'm reaching out, but all I feel is hollow.
Even head-to-head record between the two of them. But we're getting things underway. Anonymo versus Team Spirit Vertigo. Just one best of 3 separating either of these names from it. Showing over there in Antwerp in a couple weeks' time. And while Spirit on their map choice need to be on the attack. Chopper with the U-tilt. Has himself into a smoke. Molotov.
Dem was pushed down B already. He's all the way down the stairway. Good bit of control found for him. Now Tudson pulls for the swing on out. Taken down to 10 HP immediately. He's the player with the smoke and the kit. You do not want to lose him early. So he's going to drop back. But if Team Spirit go in towards stairs, this double setup between Innocent and Demo could be destruction for the T's. Finally, a kill comes from it. Innocent peeks out again. And a couple of kills found here for the start of Anonymo. It's down to Siren, Dexter, and Chopper, who now accelerate their way through the construction. But into Tudson they go. Towards Quad, he's able to collect one. And that bomb is on the bottom of the stairs. So it's going to take some time here for Team Spirit just to get that back.
Well, just on the cusp there, you can see it. Over towards that B lobby, both Siren and Dexter now working in tandem to get this one back. And both players from Anonymo in towards the lower side of things. Innocent first up. One's already passed his line of sight here. I don't know if they're aware of this, or they should be now. Hearing the sound cues, they're actually giving it on over.
Well, Innocent is going to peek and see the leg smoke. That's a great piece of utility to have there. You get you onto the bomb again. Maybe you can slip away with a minimum of a bomb plant, but a 2v2 now you've recovered the bomb. It's starting to look like a chance for the pistol win here.
Yeah, didn't want to push that smoke right there, and the risk could have profited, but they're just going to wait it on out, allow that to subside before going for the retake. That diffuse kit of Tudson, we know it's over towards the quad position, and they know that too. As they start to make their way up the stairs, fortifying into the site. Spirit are playing quite passive angles here.
And Veggie comes up the stairway. Making steps now as the time is limited. They have to get into the fight now. There is a kit down towards Quad, but it doesn't matter. Dexter off to a fantastic start. And Team Spirit, they recover what looked like a difficult pistol, but with that smoke, able to collect the bomb and put it down for the round win.
Yeah, it had the key real estate there. That smoke that they were able to scoop on up meant absolutely everything in a round like this. So I think Tudson did good to get one out of that from the quad position after he got dinked on down at the start of the round. That goosh to 10 HP was really troublesome. But while we have Tudson on our lips, I think for him, he is actually the lowest rated player for Anonymo so far within this event. And for your AWPer to be the lowest rated player, that's not going to really sing too many signs of confidence here. And, well, we're going to get a USPs, all 5 pushing through mid. Siren trying to mop this one up. They're losing a couple of kills here. The USPs are getting a lot of work done.
Way too much work done. There were rifles invested across the board here for Team Spirit. 3 players have gone down. If Oscars can walk away with another one, it'll be absolutely devastating here. Hasn't been able to upgrade his weapon. Still on the default USP. I guess that is the silver line here for Team Spirit that should be taking the round. But great damage from Anonymo, just running straight through middle. I think Team Spirit were actually positioned very well to deal with that as well. They had quite a long-range setup.
Yeah, and I don't know if Chopper's going to be able to get back here to pick up one of those rifles as well. So sure, they get the round, but you're right. It is a lot of damage, and we've seen from Anonymo, they'd love to take these full ecos in the second round to play more often than not. Bomb has been tapped, only a matter of time. Chopper on the jiggle.
Take the kill.
Yeah, okay, well, going to allow him to get away here.
Could have been some money recovered there.
Ascarish could actually get away with one of these guns, as opposed to that of Chopper. Like, he's just gone around the world to grab the best that he can out of this. It almost seems like a race for weaponry right now. Will he be able to dip on down and pick something up?
Oh, I don't know.
They should be able to deal with him.
Another kill!
And an AK!
Oh, that's a massive round there for Anonymo.
See the smile on his face. I can't believe he got away with that. You know, he's got the mission impossible, dropping out of the sky, landing onto the gun after the kill. This is the USP push mid here. And you can see more scampering back. It's almost like they got a crossfire, like a trifecta of doom that just gets destroyed. So that's actually a great round for Anonymo considering the investment.
It's a classic rush middle in the second round after you lose pistol. It's fantastic. You know, you usually see some damage out of that if they've invested, but they didn't. And now look at the buy for Anonymo.
Yeah, the fact that Siren let them out of the choke point, right? That's normally where you want to swarm them pushing with those USPs, but so much room given, and now we are into the buys. Bit of cash money, gonna mean wonders. Veggie actually was gifted that AK-47, and he's the man who's already been chunked on down. Now, considering Anonymo with this roster, I had a little bit of a look at their players and their ranking on this map in terms of the stats. Veggie is the highest rated for them on Vertigo, but it's not by a lot. It's 4 players in the red. Veggie just over that 1.0 rating. So it's a map that they definitely struggle on.
Well, they've given Veggie the AK in this round, and well, Patsy, you talk about his performances, his ratings on this map. Well, he's found Veggie already, taking down the opposing top-rated player.
And use that smoke against them as a bit of a one-way there. Innocent caught on the jump on up. Siren, it's both of these two newer names finding blood in this round like this, and it's problematic now as the B split coming on in.
Oh, Chopper over the top, got info, passed it on to Siren. Oscar should have swung out, and he does, in the end, get the reply onto Dexter. Patsy now moving up, solo in towards A, and Patsy with the 3K. That's a fantastic one. That was a rifle purchase from Anonymo, and they only get 1 kill.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe just keep the USPs in the hands here. It felt
Rush
like that's where,
round.
yeah, the most amount of threats being able to come from them. They just got absolutely destroyed. Veggie there peeling over the top of that smoke that was lobbed on out so that he could actually take some room. Massive gap for Patsy to punish, and then their Spirit all across the map were able to find blood. So really well done here from Spirit. You can see it's more of a comfort zone for them on Vertigo right now. There's going to be a light investment here from Anonymo, a couple of deagles and a USP. There's also some flashes and some smoke, so let's see how they can wield these. Oh,
Wow, that's a great start here for Team Spirit. Magic's through the smoke, he's taken out Demo.
that was over towards B, so quite clear that Demo wants to be aggressive for that B lobby control. He had Innocent alongside again, but look at this, just on the other side of the wall. Dexter has 2 to deal with. It will start to fade, and Dexter's going to creep on in, gives himself up, an AK over, and problems now. Patsy, the spam, it's not connecting completely. Scarish will get away with his life here.
Yeah, very lucky though. Oscar to still have the AK in hand. Tudson might actually get a pick here on towards Chopper. Comes in towards his crosser. Chopper better for it. Team Spirit extending their advantage now. Innocent has been spotted towards the top of the stairs. Ooh, did have a chance actually to take down Patsy there. 1 bullet would have landed, and Oscar still with the AK, the walking wounded. Does eventually get put in the ground. Now Veggie slips his way through.
He has head armor with this, so I fancy his chances to at least have a look in. Patsy's low, Magic's half HP. Lost bonus into the next will give them a buy, so why not at least have a look around? I think he's worried about the flank again. It punished him in the previous. Has a lot of room to stretch his legs here, but might be content with holding on to the goodies. So that looks like a 4th now for Spirit. What a cruisy start to things. Everybody with contributions, nobody lacking behind. And they are just going to exit out through the B lobby now. So good stuff, well handled here, and this is looking hot to trot. Well, if you can get away with early conditioning rounds like this, especially first gun round, you don't get stopped, it's going to open the door for them to be a bit more flexible on the T side, right? You don't have to throw anything too crazy at them.
Yeah, they haven't done anything crazy at all, right? That first gun round where there was a full rifle purchase, it was just individuals taking their plays and not getting punished, not getting traded out. Team Spirit didn't have to go deep at all to figure out how to get around Wayne, but we're back to a buy again here for Anonymo.
Yeah, it does make your life a lot easier if you don't have to do full executes to take these sites whatsoever. As long as those kills are coming your way, the space is being taken. But Tudson now into that AWP. I don't expect him to step up in a massive way, but if he does, it would be a nice little surprise. Some flashes to facilitate his teammates' peek, and they are going to make their way down, channeling Veggie forward into Patsy here. Can he win the fight this time? He will. That is going to be first blood now for Veggie. He's on the scoreboard at least, and he's taken down Patsy, who's been a nuisance. Something to work with now for Anonymo.
You have to try and convert this. If they don't, they allow 5 T rounds to Spirit. Be a rough start into this, and if they continue to push down and towards ramp, they might just walk into Dexter's. They need to be careful of that. Magic's trying to spam a few bullets to the smoke to see if he can extend upon this and pull it back a little bit, but Veggie, he's in a risky spot. He's inside of the smoke. That's going to fade away just shortly. An actual reveal Chopper on the other side of it. Veggie taking a bit more of a risk play, and it's worked out.
Lands the smoke too. That should even be the rounds here. 3v5 situation. They have a minute on the clock. They need to get this kill into Innocent cleanly.
See if Team Spirit can close this one. Yeah, need to pull this kill back. Oscarish's position. No one comes out here looking at this. It's such an annoying angle to deal with, especially if you're preoccupied with a possible construction player. Dexter actually boosting Magic's up with the rifle instead of the AWP. Better for the job, perhaps. And Magic's now moves into the site, sees one to a default. Oh, the Tetris fight needed to go his way. And it doesn't. Now the mid-play forward. Siren gets 1, and it's done.
Yeah, the Whitetail's going to be thrown in on this one here. It's going to be a bit of a save scenario. The coach has said, no. Dexter's going to hold on to this AWP. Innocent trying to see if he can find him, being quite loud with those steps. Needs to be careful he doesn't poke his head around the corner. The of Dexter could take him out, and there it is. It's going to be the first round on the board for Anonymo here. So the Polish side able to post within the first 5. Now it's about consecutive fashion. And Veggie, with those saves, he's actually been able to get himself up to 8K. So plenty of cash for him to splash, and some good impact from him. We do Sid immediately to get on the board and find a second. So Veggie, as I was mentioning earlier, the highest rated player, if you have a position like that, a scaffolding player, if you're pushing a lot, if you're taking a lot of aggressive fights, they can become, or seemingly as a viewer, quite 50-50, right? Because it depends what smoke walls are lobbed on out, what utility you have being set up for you. We also are reminded, as next door we've got Jackie and Davey, and their game sounds like it started off to be a bit of a banger. Bad News Eagles versus Sinners. Mirage, Nuke, and Inferno. And if you want to check that one out, twitch.tv/PGL_CSGO. That is for the secondary stream today. Same situation over there with that matchup. One of those two teams will be qualifying for the major, and one of the two will be, unfortunately, knocked on out and having to wait for the next cycle.
Yeah, it's wild. It's the last day of the RMRs, Chad. It's been weeks of Counter-Strike. Teams from all over the world have been here and gone, and now it's just a couple of more matchups and we're done with the whole circuit. It's wild to think, but here we are back into play again. It's quick here from Team Spirit as they charge up in towards Veggie. He's trying to fight down towards the bottom of the smoke. He's actually sitting inside it. Patsy has traded out position as he slips on by. Information has to be passed on, and Oscar will start to deal with it, but he gets traded out. And now Veggie's reload. They know where he is. But can they get rid of him? The smokes will keep him up for now.
That was some art-inspired stuff right there. He was just in the thick of it. Looked like he even wanted to go through the smoke, but now Siren, peering on up, wants to take this fight, and Veggie just turned away. I think he's waiting for a flash here.
He's going to get flash and go. An effective chopper actually connects onto his teammate, so it is a 1-for-1. 3v3 still maintained at the equilibrium. Minute and 3 seconds left. Team Spirit still with plenty of time on this T side.
This is the 3 you'd want alive, the most experienced members of this squad, right? Dex with the AWP Magic to come up with the bomb, and well, Chopper is low on HP, but he'll be bringing up the rear. He does have a Molotov for this position as a crane. Smoke is lobbed on out. It isn't the one-way by any means, but still going to deny that vision. So Chopper, it's going to come down to the timing. Did Innocent see anything? He should now. The backpack spotted the spam on through. So much damage done, but nothing converted.
All the damage. Look how low every player from Spirit is. Demo's been pulled over now. Tudson. We need a shot out of him, and he's landed it. Dexter is down. That was deployed with some help, at least, but now we've just got the 2 mortally wounded individuals. 20 seconds left. They're holding for the short peak. They're completely paranoid. Chopper, in fact, is running all the way to the other side of the map, but Magic's burned away Tudson. He's taken him out of the round, and now Demo's stuck on the side alone. 10 seconds left. This is wild. The bomb coming back again.
They have to plant.
They have to start planting immediately, and Demo's in the perfect position to deny this, but they're on the other side. They'll commit to the plant. Now Demo goes in, they swing upon it, but
another TK!
Another team kill in the round for Team Spirit. Magix takes down Chopper, and they line up for Demo, and you'll close it for Anonymo.
Oh, Lord. Chopper took out one, Magix took out Chopper. They somehow burned down Tudson. What type of a round was that?
Well, that was scrappy. Here we are. Chopper just eclipses Magic's crosshair. Ends up getting taken out in that. That's wild. What a scrappy round. Spirit will be a bit frustrated about that one, but Anonymo picking it up.
Yeah, they're going to be happy that they're willing to take down their teammates. But now it looks like a timeout has been called here. And actually on the Anonymo side, they're the ones who have called this timeout. Maybe just have a bit of a breather. Can't believe the type of round they just got away with. Got a new coach over there for Spirit as well. Hallie is leading the squadron. And if you want to buy your tickets for that major, a couple weeks' time, scan the QR code. I'm sure you could Google it, or Brave it, or Safari. What other browsers we got?
Bing.
Bing, yep, yeah.
The most searched thing
Mozilla
on Bing
Firefox.
is Google still.
Firefox in the mix.
Yeah, something like the internet.
Internet Explorer.
Yeah. Edge. I was trying to get you to use Edge. Tudson, he's going to see if he can get over the smoke. Couldn't see anybody on it, so Team Spirit just having to slow this one down. Peak actually comes in towards them. Luckily, the flash was up there. He actually says Demo is live. He's able to drop away. That would have been the advantage there to Team Spirit.
Annoying with this boost. You got to be careful towards the default. Another Deagle bullet rings on past, and Demo wants to dissuade them with an aid. He's just going to do some light chip damage. On the other side of the map, Tudson has taken down Patsy. Another nade over onto the head of Magix there, so Scarish getting tricky with it. So I think I was going to say, I thought the barrel of the Deagle may have been spotted there, but not addressing this, and Siren has a chance. Giving up his position now. Another one squandered as Magic does land, and so does Siren. So back in the round in a big way of Spirit, just with these pistols.
I'll leave Demo in the site under so much pressure because all of his teammates have fallen foul to the pistols. He has to worry about construction because the kill went down in mid. Oh, Demo starts to focus on Stairway. They're coming up. They're putting pressure on him with the pistols. They look to converge upon him. And he decides he needs to swing and take a fight. Takes one down. Veggie quickly on the rotation back. He's managed one out of the M4 and cleans up two. It is now just Siren who's landed an absolute stinker again. On towards the head of Veggie. Tudson goes to the pistol. Deagle versus USP right now as Tudson moves his way across. He's spotted Siren. Oh, he's closed it. Tudson decides to fight with a pistol. And it is closed down for Spirit on Deagles.
Have a hard time with that one right there in a matchup like this. To be losing around like that, I don't even know how to quantify that situation. Tudson really just looking like a bit of a fish out of water in that one-on-one. Thinking he can get it done with the USP, and it's just not to be enough, is it?
Pressure perhaps just getting into his decision-making there at that moment and decides to pull out the USP. Maybe was told he's low. There's a couple of details perhaps there, but had the positional advantage to deal with the pistol that was moving into the site. Maybe worried he got a rifle into his hands or something along those lines, but yeah, definitely not the play you want to see in those tight situations. And it shows you there is a lot of inexperience in this matchup. All right, this is a spot for the major. This is a chance for these teams to make everything they've ever wanted happen. And you're going to see some pressure because of that. It's the last chance as well.
It's also not a comfort zone for Anonymo, right? When you look at their map win-loss record on this, it doesn't look too fantastic by any means. But they are going to take another timeout. That was an Anonymo timeout called right there, 2 consecutive. And now they've opted to go for the buyback in. And it just goes from bad to worse. Tudson, he had the AWP, and now he's in the grave. Degs is just going to pluck him out with ease. Is hyper-aggressive. He's over towards these B stairs, so chopping and changing where his CT positions lie. That AWP cannot be picked on back up, and as they take this space towards A, they're getting everything they want and more. Spirit clearing out the sandbag position, just starting to comb through every key choke point. They have enough utility for a full execute. They have Molotovs to be able to lob towards the back of the headshot position. The only way in here for a player like Innocent is to be facilitated by a flash from one of his teammates. Sprinkles through the MP9. They now know where he hides, and that bomb should be getting planted momentarily. If they can't get the AWP back, that biggest investment, it's completely removed from the play, and I think the best they have to do in this scenario regardless is go for a save. Ascarish and Innocent could find themselves in a scenario where they want to get an exit or two. You could position yourself back towards the lower side of things, see if you could pick an AK up, but look, you've got handoff here from Veggie. They're just having a bit of a talk about things. That really started in a horrible fashion right there, and this half has already gotten away from Anonymo. 6-2, the score will now read. Rough stuff in the early stages of this one for the Polish side.
And we've seen Spirit play against Endpoint to fight for this chance and survival. Played Vertigo against Endpoint, which was Endpoint's map pick, and it was a 16-14 win for Team Spirit.
Patsy was massive in that. He had 29 kills in that game.
Yeah. So, showing that Patsy has some comfortability on this map. I think you could see he was, in the first gun round, he was willing to just go up ramp and fight solo. So, I think you can see just the confidence level he has here on this map. So, we'll see if we can continue that. Patsy goes towards A early with Chopper. Molly up towards short, one to prevent the sandbag peek, and it's very good here, denying some early control. So instead now, Anonymo decided to flash their way through the B smoke, and Demo, right in the back of Magix. And that's going to be 1 for Magix picked up. Team Spirit have the player advantage. Innocent continues to force the issue down B, not willing to give it up, not willing to alleviate pressure there. will maintain stair control, and now goes around the corner. Oh, close to going down. That would have been 2 for Spirit right off the get-go.
Oh, he's been able to upgrade himself away from the MP9 at least. This is Patsy in between the flames and the fire. We've flushed on back from A ramp right now. 3 players from Anonymo continuing to take this fight right now over towards A, and Veggie getting up to more of his smoke. Hijinks a chance, but just absolutely dismantled. Something back for Tudson here, but Innocent's already low. The number advantage is in the favor of the Spirit side of things, and if they now just piece this one together, they group on up, they can look to finish towards A, where they have all the advantages in the world. It's desperate over towards B, but you could see Magix was even prepared for that flash push. Must have heard the pin get pulled. Ready for those type of little maneuvers. Tudson flashed in.
Tudson seeing if he can get anything, ends up just getting a bullet to the face, broke it apart, batter down. Now Oscarish looking to hold with utility, bombarding his position. He's going towards short. Dexter's holding. Dexter will happily collect that kill. And just Innocent left, who was fighting B early, was able to trade out 1 for 1, but is now having a save because you can't get into this with 15 HP. An AK on his back, not a bad save call here. But 7 rounds of Team Spirit, that's unconvincing gun rounds back-to-back now for Anonymo.
Yeah, this map could be pretty quick here. There's obviously a chance to break back in, but we're not seeing anything that is replicable right now for Anonymo. They have Mirage up next as their map choice, and that's where they've done some of their absolute best work. Want to echo some of the sentiments that Pim was talking about with watching Magix on his stream and the way that this kid approaches the game. It's fun to watch. It's one of the reasons I got hyped about Spirit when they still had Mira and Sumdai Young on the roster coming out of a player break. I thought all the grinding, all that grafting coming on through was going to be a net positive for the team, but didn't get too much out of that. Now, just having a look at Spirit's results, they only have a last 3 months 33% win rate on the map of Mirage, I believe. And when you look at some of those results, though, it can be a bit close. Like Spirit versus Ents on Mirage, 16-11. Spirit versus Sinners on Mirage, 16-14. So some close-ish matches. But ish does not get you the W, does it? So we'll have to see if Spirit are able to pull off a victory on that map, or if the desk, as they mentioned, it's going to be a 1-1 split into Nuke as the third and final map of this series.
Well, perhaps an ish can get you a win if it starts with Oscar. We'll see if Anonymo can find their way into a few rounds here with him at the helm. He's down to 16 already. Oh, Patsy, I think he wanted to go there. He's still going. Even while he's blinded, he's through the smoke. It's aggression on both sides of the map. Innocent, a player has gone past him already, but luckily pulled back to focus on that. Innocent takes the head of Chopper. Dexter so close in the B play forward here for Team Spirit. And Dexter blinded. Demo doesn't swing. Luckily he doesn't. Perhaps would have got caught by that. Now Siren makes his way through middle. Low HP on Oscarich, but the headshot is massive. And it puts Dexter into the 1 versus 4 with AWP.
Have to be an ace here for Dexter, and he's not even going to get the chance. Tudson Blind will get the kill. We'll secure the 3rd round now for Anonymo, and a good little response right there. That play from Magix, I think he thought he checked the corner where Innocent was hiding the entire time, but just not hard enough of a clear. And you see him going completely unchecked. They're just running in, unable to get the space they were looking for, and kills just go all across the map. That's a very important fight there from Ascarish in middle to win, because I think if Siren picks that up, that means that Dexter isn't so flustered, just look for the kills, and they can actually try and turn that into a bit of a round. But no AWP brought forward from Dexter. He could have afforded it here, so that might show what the change-up is in the T-side approach. Becky again having to push on through this gap smoke. He's able to get himself tucked in behind the girder, but if Patsy just jumps up and through, bit of a risk. Look at this B pressure again. They're just running himself into the blender over towards B. Some quizzical calls coming out of Chopper and Co. They had a really good half so far, but the last two just throwing their body on the line in multiple fights across the map.
Yeah, this is something Chopper used to do a lot for Team Spirit. There would be a lot of belligerent calling and not really stopping some of the rush calls time and time again when it doesn't make so much sense to you. And it's falling apart here for Team Spirit. I do recall at the PGL Major in Stockholm, some rounds out of Spirit, which on Overpass resulted in just T-round after T-round rushing into the B site. So it is a calling style that Chopper likes to bring, perhaps falling into the stereotypical CIS strategy calls, but we'll see if they find their way back into this one. Siren's actually slipped his way forward into the site, but Oscarish happily collects a 1v1 fight, and he'll win it. Dexter into a 1 versus 3. 35 seconds for Dexter to win this one. He has got the ball on his back, but if he goes into middle, would have to deal with Tudson. He's pretty far from the bomb site here. Some utility in his hands. But we need a massive kill here onto Tudson, and then he would need to run over construction. So many pitfalls, and Tudson will be his first. 4th round there from Anonymo. They're getting gifted rounds here, Chad.
Yeah, heads up Counter-Strike, right? Especially into a player like Demo, who we've seen have some good individual prowess throughout the games that we've had the opportunity to cast here. Just remembered, I used to play against Chopper. I played against Chopper in what would now be considered the challenger stage of a major once upon a time. They were known as Fluffy Gangsters.
Wow, okay, yeah. I do remember those Fluffy Gangsters.
Yeah, I played against them once upon a time on Mirage, I believe it was. You never really wanted to play those type of teams on Mirage, but somehow that's where we ended on up. But
Were you involved in that video, Chad?
I was the in-game leader, of course I was. All those mistakes were mine. But yeah, you go back in Chopper's career and you consider like Vega Squadron and them doing like Mach 10 rushes up Banana and all those kind of crazy maneuvers that would help them get those upset victories. That type of Counter-Strike, look, it is still possible, but it needs to have its place. And these fights that Spirit have gone for in the last couple of rounds have just gifted an opportunity back into this game from Anonymo. They have been given a chance now to build a decent haul here on this CT side.
Yeah, it's strange to see that style of calling coming out after winning 2 convincing gun rounds. You had no reason to change, right? There was no resistance being put up there, but...
Maybe that's the reason he changed.
Yeah, maybe.
Trying to call ahead of himself here.
Yeah, just adapt to change before it happens. Thank you. Remove Patsy, who did find a lot of early success, but Chopper is on the hunt. He just gets 1 back, though. Oscarish starting to become quite solid towards his position. 11 and 6 now.
Well, if they can't break through with those standard maneuvers, they will have to take some time off the clock, and another kill falls. Vegi staying active, staying mobile, gets them a kill onto Dexter, and this boost up towards B. As soon as this is noted, they will have the position on both of these 2 remaining members of Spirit, and tucking over towards the quad position will be Demo. As the support now rotating on over of Tudson. That window position, and look, you can see a lot of you
Molly
right here. Yeah, I can see you for days, Magic says. Molly is going to get extinguished, and now the flash is coming through. They should have a very good idea now where these last 2 members lie. Yeah,
Demo's intelligently just staying in the position with the smoke, and that's buying time. You can't run into the site because you still have to focus on quad, and now the call has been made for the generator player to help out with a quad setup. And Magix has now used this crucial piece of utility to force the fight into the open, so now he's relying on Siren to make a play through mid. It's currently being watched. Vegi's on the wrap around the back of the stairway, and Magix has gone down. Siren into mid, goes down to Oscarish, and only a single player falls for Anonymo. It's all falling apart here for Team Spirit.
This is great now from Anonymo. Because of the way that these last couple of rounds have gone, they've been able to build some residual cash. So as far as buys go, even if they are to lose one, it's going to be looking pretty tidy. Now that money's in question for Spirit, you wouldn't mind see a bit of a faster maneuver, a bit more balls to the wall type Counter-Strike here with some rushes, some nice little flash and smoke pushes to come on through. And they're not going to invest too much here whatsoever. It's going to be 2 Deagles, a P250, and a Tech 9. So a few pistol upgrades is the best they have to boast as Chopper turns his attention over towards A early, poking his head on up, looking for anybody for a crane fight. And Ascarish, as you've been talking about, has been finding a bit more space over towards A alongside of Vegi. So these 2 get set up by Tudson, who gets to stay and float with that AWP. Happy to lock this position down with the rifles, and there's a lot of early damage onto Chopper, chunked on down to 18, and has to just sit back and let his team do the rest of the work here. But Vegi's doing that work exactly as you'd hope. Takes down Patsy. It's just going to be 4 more to find.
Yeah, good night, Patsy. He's a couple of rounds now where he's just not really got involved at all. Getting killed around the smokes on the A ramp right from the get-go. Chopper's taken down to 18. Lovely shot from Siren. He has actually shown quite a few Deagle shots today on Vertigo. I'm loving it. Magic's about to get boosted up on the wood. Demo's looking for the boost they were using previously. Get caught here if Magix can be quick enough. But Demo's in a position where he's just chopping and changing between both possibilities, and now sees the head of Magix because of the low HP it is. Oh, it doesn't even matter. It's a quick headshot there for Demo. Chopper put down in the ground, and Magix getting flanked. Maveki gets around there again.
Do you think Patsy is aware of what the word Patsy with an S, sorry, an Y instead of the I means? Do you know what it means? Have you heard Patsy before? Have you heard of what a Patsy is?
Is it a flower?
No, it's informal. It's a person who is easily taken advantage of, especially by being cheated or blamed for something.
Oh, okay.
So, I suppose it doesn't have that same meaning for him whatsoever. But when I hear that, it's definitely old boomer language. So,
well, he's getting taken advantage of towards ramp every round, Chad.
He did find some success early. Let's see if he can turn that back into a W in the column here. The wallbang's coming out from Dexter just looking for anything. We've seen some of these shots land. Some of them seem to do absolutely no damage. We've seen some that actually do a big chunk, but away, not finding anything there on the spams early. Innocent, without a smoke grenade, is assisting Demo in his protection of the B bomb site, and a mid boost coming into play. That profited earlier against Innocent here. He has a couple on the other side to deal with, and they have this space quite quickly. Siren up and over again. Using him aggressively in middle to try and take some space. And now that they've gone into this default spread, they're not just giving up their life. Oh, that is a big gap in that A-ramp smoke. Big gap indeed as B pushes, trying to hunt out Magic. See, look at this. Innocent seems to know exactly where he is. Sees the backpack, gets the kill. An opener now for Anonymo, and they've doubled up.
Yes, it's looking great. Veggie even burns away Patsy, so trades him out from the grave. And now it's Siren and Chopper. Seeing if they can work their way into this 2 versus 4. Chopper could get this pick on Elevator, and he has done exactly that. They can find Demo in this close box position on the right side of Siren.
You're not expecting this, though.
Might get this going. It is a position that gets checked if you have a lot of time. If you aren't under pressure, perhaps Siren does check this. He's going to go check it. Now it's a lazy peek. A lazy peek will cost him. And Chopper now in a 1 versus 3 with 20 seconds left.
But look where the bomb is, right? It's down towards the lower deck here. For Chopper, maybe he just has to hold on to this. He doesn't have too many options to him. And if he goes down after time, as you can see, those little blue dots getting closer and closer to his position now. They're trying to find him over towards the connector position. Beta room called clear. Having to worry about Heaven and CT spawn now as I think Tudson doesn't want to go too far. Demo around the corner. We'll find him after time, and that's going to sting for Chopper. $300 in the bank balance. A great little hunt and a bit of a smirk on the face of Tudson there. That's a great way to turn this around. For the final round of this first half, on their map choice, the in-game leader Chopper literally has a P250. That one sucks.
Yeah, this is a situation where Spirit had everything go so well for them. And called a couple of bad rounds and have now put themselves in a position where they have now lost 5 in a row, and Anonymo are likely to take the lead here at the half. A great recovery here from Anonymo. They're going to be counting their lucky stars about this one. Veki's got the opening. Patsy down again. Demo starts to rattle some shots down in towards the B stars, but in the meantime, Innocent has got another kill here, and Team Spirit down to 3 players. Chopper has no Kevlar. Couldn't afford a single piece of it.
In this string of 6 rounds now, right, ever since they started playing, there's 2 consecutive just real rushy, disrespectful styles of rounds that Spirit ran, they have not found an opening pick at all in any of these rounds. They have just been getting destroyed. So that right there should really help put it in a bit of perspective.
Do you remember our matchup where we watched against Sinners? They struggled to get an opening.
Yeah, and they couldn't convert anything. I think they had 2 openings in the entire first half of Nuke. They were on the T side. And they only managed, I think it was 2 rounds or maybe 3 rounds at most.
Every single round that they got a pick, the opening pick, they won the round basically. So
they were in 3v5s like consistently, 20 seconds into the round, just time and time again. So this is not looking good at all. But
flank around the back again, and it's Veggie once more. How many times is he going to get away with this? It's just ridiculous. End of the half, Magic's caught, and Veggie brings it down. 8-7 at the half here for Anonymo. A strong showing, really, considering this is a map they didn't look so comfortable on, but I think Spirit let them warm up into it.
Well, if we try and put it in a bit of perspective here, it's a recovery. Sure, they do win out the half, but now it's about how good can their T side look, or maybe how bad can Spirit's CT side look here, as they'll now be moving on to the favored side of this one. Do end up with top of the scoreboard over there for Spirit at the end of this was Siren with 11 kills, and over there for Anonymo, it was Veggie with 17 frags to his name. So you can see him getting activated. He was one of the individuals who was helping them get the first gun round on the board. We are seeing the buys come on through. So Chopper's the one to wield the utility here. Smoke and 2 flashes. No defuse kit here for the CT side. And Demo on the other side is going to find himself with a smoke, 2 flashes. Very similar scenes. Veggie. Let's drop some of that across, I believe, as there's a smoke for Innocent with Kevlar.
I don't think it needs saying, but Team Spirit really need a pistol here to get back into a strong mentality. And Anonymo just taking the time. Oscarish now joining them as he comes back down the ladder. Dexter is peeking for some early information. Eventually drop back from this position, you would assume, and he will. Sees the info, gets flashed out again in for the repeak, and when he doesn't find the opportunity on the second time of knocking, decides to run back into the site for real this time. But Anonymo have got significant forces positioned towards A to try and get this pistol over the line. Patsy is moving forward.
Timing on this.
It's going to be down to timing, whether or not he's going to get away with it, and Patsy clean to the first. Oscarish, the first victim of the pistol, and no reply yet for Anonymo.
Guess they only saw 1, right? So they're not too certain how many more lie around the corner. The execute coming in now. Deep smoke towards elevator room. They want to fight this. Oh, there's a gap in it as well. This is An interesting smoke wall here. It's a bit different.
It is, and Patsy's decided he doesn't care about it. He goes on in, goes for the fight. Chopper's taking one as well. And Innocent at least pulls something back here for Anonymo, but so much more is needed. And Innocent needs to do all of it. He's under so much pressure and runs out of ammo as 3 stare down his barrel. It is the pistol picked up for Team Spirit. A possible good start here in the second half now available.
There's something curious. This is a little bit it's not to do with the pistol round itself. It's to do with a little bug that just kind of happened there, just on the UI. Because us on the custom PGL HUD, it had all the utility, right? It had the Molotov dropped across as well, I believe, for demo. But on I'm in the Go TV as well right now, and I can see above the heads of the players, it didn't have the drop Molotov. It wasn't showing the drop Molotov on demo's tool belt right there. So that was just a little curious one. Just a little tidbit for everybody playing at home. I'm sure it's not highly interesting, but I thought it was something interesting to see. I hadn't seen that before.
Good catch. Dexter cleaning up, making it look nice and easy. Oh, Dexter runs out of ammo. We'll recover it with the pistol. Interesting stuff between Dexter and Patsy. These two players used to play with each other back in the Sparta before they got picked up for Team Spirit. They came as somewhat of a package deal, those two players, and that was when the whole 6-man roster shenanigans was going on. But I think they wanted to pick up a young player like Patsy because I think he was 17 at the time. He's now 18 years old. So I think getting him into the ranks and just having him, and hopefully he pops off and turns into a potential star, it's good to have him under contract with Team Spirit.
He was like one of the first pieces of that academy roster that they built as well, I believe. So yeah, when they did that 6-man roster thing, they even subbed their in-game leader out.
Yeah, they subbed Chopper out.
It was crazy. Like, they had a different... I think I recounted it on my Twitter of each map and each different roster that played on each different map. It was actually wild to see. But no more of those 6-man shenanigans. We do have a timeout called here from Anonymo. It will be their 3rd so far with their map number 1. And just want to get their thoughts together. How they are going to take this attack on here of the first T-sided gun round. Ascaris doesn't have head armor with this AK, which is going to be a big problem. Every single one of those weapons on the other side could pop his dome, but he's opted to do that to get out a little bit more utility. So it's an in-game leader's specialty here to decide how they want to approach these rounds. Up and over, playing aggressive towards middle, and as in tandem with him, a little maneuver from Siren as well. So the two of them peering on down to deal with this big lobby, and has to be careful here how he approaches this. Demo, like he had a good idea of little peek coming on through. A smoke redeployed now to lock this one down. H-Cheat following up, and he's just going to do a very, very light amount of damage there. But he's going to spot him. So great stuff from Demo. Really prepared for this. Gets them in the opener. A great way to kick things off for Anonymo.
Oh, nade comes down. Does a little bit to Demo. Takes 20 HP off the top. Team Spirit now on the double setup in middle. Once you lose the first player elsewhere, you can't really hold that for too much longer. They leave Dexter boosted up. He's now transitioning his position just as multiple forces of Anonymo are starting to focus on mid. That would have been a good setup for Team Spirit to have here, but they've alleviated mid entirely, so no one's here.
It's forced a full rotation back towards A. Trying to address this, they have one player up towards the construction window and Dexter over towards elevator room, and now they know the jig is up. Mid pressure coming on in. Siren to defend against all of this. He's dropped a molly, does slow them down, and the fight's coming. Chopper's got one as well.
Yeah, the quick swing out from Chopper. It's a quick reaction here to Team Spirit. Siren's done a good job of just stopping them and slowing them through that choke point of construction. If they get over the top of that, they can run down into the B site. The bomb is now loose on top of construction, and Demo swung out towards CT, was able to catch Siren in an awkward position, and now Dexter over the top. He's taking down Demo, and Oscarish into the clutch alone, gets in the midst of the smoke. 10 seconds left, he has to get to the kills, he has to play for elimination. He does have the bomb on his back, so now can actually go for the plant. He commits towards default, punches in the digits, and diving down as Dexter to try and get the fight, spots the head. Oscarish taken out. You can see the frustration. They needed to close that one out, Spirit, and they're able to get it done.
Very, very close stuff there, and that started with the opening pick for Anonymo. So really good skirmish in middle there for Spirit, able to come out on top of that, able to post themselves an extra round here, get themselves up to 10, extending this little lead that they have. But Anonymo, it was threatening. They were able to find that opening pick, but I just don't think they're expecting so many players to be able to respond to that mid play so quickly. You can see they were caught the wrong way. That was a really well-placed incendiary there. Really well handled from the B defensive Siren. A bit of frustration coming out of Tudson. They're going to get the AKs back out. Tudson's even going to equip a Krieg here, so he has the scope to work with the run boost.
Okay, Veggie's quickly into position, but yeah, I think he's going to tuck tail from that one. Yeah,
I think he's landed. He's gone, okay, I've seen enough.
I'll give that a 10 out of 10 there, Chad. That's great landing. See what the judges' scorecards add up to towards the end, but right here for Patsy. Through the smoke, he'll start to spam, not landing too much damage. That nade could be good here for Chopper. Just going to take a little bit on towards Innocent. Innocent's moving forward into the fight. Chopper swings out, and that's even better. Finishes off his prey. Now begins to worry about the potential onslaught of players coming towards him. Chopper has been able to reposition. Okay, tapped out from Veggie. Takes out the reply on Patsy. Now we're down to 4v3. Spirit still with the advantage in this situation. And Oscarish nearly becomes barbecue Oscarish.
Yeah, he was clubbing the jump there a little bit. I think panicking in that center. The flames had hit the ground. And now just playing the numbers. Well handled here by Spirit just to pivot on back towards the side. This is looking clean now. Really starting to sort this one out. A little bit more utility being lobbed forward here. The execute coming on through from Anonymo is going to be stalled out by all these nades. Sure, they've got the short control.
They're trying to boost Acer up here as well. If he gets into the booster position, just look at the setup. It's so hard to break down. Siren and Chopper taking a couple. Acer has, actually still maintain position towards Elevator, and it's Siren that will close it. So great stuff coming through here from Spirit. The utility there was fantastic. It never really made the Anonymous side feel comfortable.
Another timeout has been called here. This is going to be one out from Team Spirit. I'm going to have a bit of conversation how they can walk this one across the line, because they've got themselves a decent lead to work with that should continue to grow. As long as they can identify that it's only pistols coming out on the other side, likely to see that out of Anonymo here, as a couple of Deagles have already been equipped. They just need to make sure that they don't fall foul to any of these big Deagle headshots that are possible across the map. You convert this one, you get yourself up to 12-8. It's going to be a 4-round game. You win the next gun round, and they should be looking good to be able to close this one down on the CT side. We have Mirage next, Nuke as the third if we need it. A major qualification on the line for either of these two teams here today. Here's the run boost.
Yeah, it was great. The acrobats, perfect, but not really finding too much from it. I think once you got spotted there, definitely the right call to try and run away from it, but great stuff from Siren. He's having a pretty good game here, Chad. It was the top performer in the first half. A couple of important kills there at 15 kills now. Dexter, the only player better than him on his team right now in terms of fragging count. Look at the damage done onto Demo early by that nade again. He's down to 3 HP.
Interesting to see some of the setups here that Spirit are running. Right? They're liking the heavy plays over towards B here. They just want to make sure that isn't susceptible. And from beautiful acrobatics to a bit of a fumble on the boost. Mid control, definitely not granted whatsoever, but posturing for a fight. Tudson steps out. Chopper will oblige, and the number disadvantage here, but it feels more than that. You've got 16 HP combined for Demo and Ascarish. Like a well-placed nade, that should deal with them. You'd think a well-placed bullet should as well. Ascarish somehow gets away from that fight, able to take some damage and still live to take another duel.
Feels like this round is artificially prolonged, but Veggie, lovely shot towards Chopper. Innocent tries to amount a bit of the same magic, but couldn't quite get to it. Now Oscarish left on 6 HP. Walking wounded now, no longer walking. 12 now for Spirit. The second half has recovered their woes and are now 4 away from taking map 1.
Still a full buy to come out here from Anonymous, so chances left in this, but if they're not getting the space they're looking for over towards B, maybe they need to go find a fight elsewhere. And look at this, just caught him there on the glance back, and it was straight through the box. So Chopper hanging around for a little bit too long there, has been sat on his bottom.
Unreasonable.
What's the setup going to be here? It's still a 2-1-2 from this defense, and maybe, just maybe, with a bit more A presence coming out now from Anonymo, if they can brute force their way through these smokes. I think the A-ramp smoke has missed. Yeah, it has. Patsy jumps forward without a smoke. I think it's flown off the bloody map.
Patsy's mental right now. That is crazy. Just jumps on down, dodges the orb, gets away with a pick, but it's down, and so is Chopper. 2 players taken out early here for Anonymo, and they're going to hold the advantage. A minute and 30 seconds still to play with here, and Team Spirit have made the rotation back to try and strengthen out the defense at A, but in the meantime, Siren has put himself in a position to go down to Demo, so the B site is now open, and Magic is now racing back to get here in time. Anonymo have realized an acceleration towards this site needs to come through, and Magic is trying to cut them down. He thins the herd a little bit by taking down Demo, who was ahead of his teammates, and commits into the open. Magic throws utility, trying to force them into awkward fights, and this could still go badly for Anonymo. But Magic's still up. He could maybe find another towards Tetris. Veggies trying to make the play through mid, and I think the call is for Anonymo here to slow and let him work, and Magic starts to consider this. He's gone towards CT, he could wrap around the back. He could get around the back of Veggie and take him out of the round. And this could be a massive pick for Magnus, but he's actually missed Veggie's position and is worrying about mid instead. But with utility starting to be used up, Magix now gets pulled back to construction to try and peer down. That nade came from close, he knows that. But getting into a position to fight towards Veggie's position is hard here for Magix. He has spotted the Tetris crossback. And the save call. Magic's had a lot of chances there, but...
Yeah, just ones he didn't know about, right? Unfortunately, the X-ray makes it look doable, but really not to be the case. So, considering how that one kicked off, like Team Spirit, I'm pretty sure they missed a smoke towards the ramp there. I thought I saw something flying off the blue trail and a miss from Dexter. Uh-oh. Magix might go down here as well. So losing a lot here, Spirit. Anonymo do bite back. Well-handled round. I thought Demo looked a little bit quizzical there where he got, you know, just left the bomb site. Fed himself up to Magix, but all in all, be the 9th converted and starting to look a little bit better now for Anonymo here. Need to do a couple more of those. I think one more round like that and they should break the bank of Spirit, and they could even look to level out this scoreline. So not that far off the pace, all things considered.
Oh, and let's just remind you what this matchup is. This is a last spot for the Major. You either go to the Major or you are out of contention. There is no fallback plan anymore. This is it. The final chance. Very simple. Getting to the Major, though, not so simple. Anonymo have played far more difficult opponents than Team Spirit to get to this point. Started their affair with an upset win over G2. That is mental. Chopper gets spammed down through the tarp and the smoke and gets his head removed.
Okay, well, that's an opening again here. Some nice util over towards B. They're accelerating off the back of this. The rotation's coming in. Demo's leading the charge. Yeah,
Demo is just running forward. Committed very deep here towards Generator. Magic's lies. He hears the steps coming close. Swings out. Default will be the resting place of Demo, but Tudson starting to have a big round. A double in the sight is now Veggie moves and maneuvers around the smoke in middle. He'll get one and the second taken for Veggie as he continues to spray the corpse. A fantastic round out of Anonymo right there,
I really love the execute as well. It was tidy. The util coming in from mid to help them get on towards that B bomb site. Sure, the opening pick was a bit of a miracle there for Innocent through that tarp. This is what we're talking about. Consecutive rounds now. You're going to check this one out one more time. Yeah, completely luck boxed in right there, but you love to see it. Tudson's double, finding that gap. Picking Dexter, a massive scalp to take. So this is good stuff for Tudson now. We wanted to see him show up, and I think Veggie's mouse one just got stuck down there a little bit. It's all good. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, 10 rounds now for Anonymo.
Should be 11, right? It is just pistols here for Spirit.
Yes,
they've got 2.5 at the high end, 1900 at the low end. So unless they're able to pull off some like little flash trick maneuver, pick up a couple of nice kills on the lighter pistols, it's going to be very, very difficult to see how they're even going to contend against this one.
Veggie having a fantastic performance right now, 24 and 14 mid-play. Coming in for Team Spirit. Veggie's actually caught by the flash and they're running him down. They're close, but Veggie will line them up. Heads now to 27 against the USPs. Anonymo run towards the A site once they see the majority of the forces running down on Eco. They'll happily collect the site. Ball goes down, and as you said, 11 rounds now picked up for Anonymo.
Yeah, and as you would expect. So looking good now with that conversion. Guns will come back out here, and this is where we've seen a lot of heavy the two players to B, one player mid, two towards A. So it hasn't necessarily been the A shutdown. And it was actually the B bomb site is where they were just exploited. So you're asking yourself a lot of questions, Team Spirit. You know, what comes next? It's hard to really know what pattern is being thrown your way in terms of the executes. They could even just decide to take all the pace out of this because their buy is still going to be a little bit light on. It's only 2,400 into the next round, right? That means for a few of these players on Team Spirit, they're going to be either buying lower weaponry or missing out on utility. Fight's taken, bomb goes off. Innocent can't control the spray. Luckily, Scarish can. He'll get the last two with the assist. So, tidy. You can see what I'm talking about here. Dexter only has 4K, right? So we can buy a silenced F4, but he's gone for a smoke. That's all he has. They're very, very light on in utility to hold this at bay. And if Anonymo are aware of that, if they're able to piece this together, waiting out the early onslaught of smokes, might net them an easier round here. You can see the B-Stream update, top right of your screen there. Sinners up to 15 first against Bad News Eagles on map number 1. Will be taking place on Nuke as map number 2, and then Inferno is the third over there if they do need it.
Oh, Dexter and Patsy trying to apply some pressure towards Ram. Patsy gets away with it again. An opening kill for Team Spirit. They often look good when they're up a player.
To take some space elsewhere, though. Losing that kill, and they are. Demo's just contacted towards B. He needs to get past Magic, but he can't. The trade's there, though.
Yeah, Magic 6 around, and that sets up Innocent for the pick back. Veggie, once again, always in these lurk positions, always there to get in behind them. Perhaps he can be the player that can draw some of these numbers back, but he does need his teammates to find some initial success on the site. They have to drop Chopper. Look at that. That's fantastic. Just a flash allows Tudson and Innocent into the site. Veggie has got something, and that is stylish from Veggie. Turns to the headshot on a swivel, and Anonymo going toe-to-toe individually with Spirit. No problem here.
What a round that was. How did they pull that one out of their ass? That flash from Tudson, I thought it was more than telegraphed, but they just peeled off the back of it, get themselves 2 kills in, and that flank was perfect. Back to the pistols for Spirit, back down to the doldrums, and Anonymo can take the lead in this game once more.
Yeah, I just want to see that again from Veggie from his perspective. That would have just been wild to see, but 12-12. Pistols out for Team Spirit. 13 rounds should be picked up here for Anonymo. And Oscar is just charging forward. Anonymo with the wind in their sails at the moment. Seemed absolutely destined that Anonymo would head to the major, Chad. In my opinion, you've seen the amount of games they've pulled close, the amount of opponents they've had to play. They're just so elite. This would be heartbreaking if they don't make it through. Team Spirit can often be a team difficult to get past, but Anonymo bringing it today. Veggie and Tudson getting involved for the first few picks of the round. Magix and Dexter the last 2 remaining and should fall in due course.
It's been a long time between drinks, right? We were talking about it yesterday. I think Trop brought it up on the desk. What, do you have the dates of when the last time we had a full Polish team?
It was a Facing Major in 2018.
Okay, so you're a bit better with the numbers
so
than I was.
It was the Virtus Pro side.
With Pasha
with
and
Pasha, the Polish version.
They didn't have enough eggs.
Yes, the lack of egg major, that was the one. But yeah, it's wild to think so long ago that Poland haven't really been able to make a team, put it together and compete. There's so many good players from Poland competing right now, but they're all spread out across different teams. To see a roster of all 5 go this way, it's great to see.
Yeah, I think if we go back down memory lane, right, the two of the regions which were very, very good in the early stages of CSGO were Poland and Sweden. And both have had their issues in recent years, especially with talent. And it's not lacking of talent, it's more of guiding of talent, putting these players in the right places, having the potential support for them, building the correct teams, maybe even the right atmospheres. A lot of that tends to be changing, I think, especially so over there with NIP. They've been doing a very good job of curating the youngsters, and I think Hampus is a fantastic in-game leader. And over here, we're seeing Anonymo. We got a run boost again. Scarish Airlines, and they're not even going to see him this time around. Veggie, he's an absolute monster. 2 kills in towards B. The bomb site's given up, and in he goes.
Well, Veggie is absolutely incredible right now. 33 picks as he continues to move forward into the action. Dexter, decapitates him through the box at least, removes the deadliest force on the other side for Anonymo. But Demo now meets the same fate. Dexter with a bigger round, drawing the kills back, but Innocent, he needed that one. He had the ground for Anonymo, but couldn't find the crucial kill.
This couldn't have started better. A run boost into a double opening. Cracks open the B side. Dexter says no, they can rotate back, they can stall this out, they know the attack's coming. Tudson and Scarish, they need to make this one work, and Tudson, he's found a big shot, 2-on-2 now.
Yeah, big kill there for Tudson. Patsy and Chopper trying to recover the round to give the 13th to Team Spirit. Patsy clears close. Tudson's in a real tough spot with the AWP. He's spotted in position. Patsy moves on up and takes out Tudson. Puts Oscarish in a position where he has to clutch this one out. You pointed it out, Chad. This round was so perfect. The beginning couldn't have gone better. But now they're on the back foot, and Oscarish has to pull it off. He's getting closer to the site. Climb up the ball. Position spotted. Patsy swings on out, takes the kill, and the recovery there really comes off the back of Dexter towards that B site.
Yeah, that is a stressful round for Spirit to win. And I think Anonymo are going to feel like that chance, that conversion, that opportunity to get 14 is going to sting. Check this one out again. The flash was perfect from Demo. The follow through the boards as well. And they've just accelerated straight into the site. It's very unfortunate they didn't get that one done. The last timeout called by Anonymo here. They've used 4 of 4. They still have plenty of cash. They still have plenty of chances still to try and close this one down, but the scoreline is 13-13, and Spirit might be feeling the positive vibes after pulling that one from the jaws of defeat.
I think they're going to realize that's an opportunity. If you're on the mic as the coach right here, you're just seeing that as a chance. You were down 2 players early. You recover the round. It gives you another platform back into this, because it has been a string of rounds now for Anonymo, just shredding them up. Felt like they were on the home straight to get this one over the line. Team Spirit once again come back into it, and look at the purchase. Look at the money left over. If they lose this, Team Spirit are out of cash, and Anonymo should surely push to 15 rounds. So, important round coming up here for both teams.
Looks just like an A-Crawl here. They've got out some standard U2, all those smokes to hold them at bay. Chopper having a look, wants to take a spam. Those bullets will be noted right now. Patsy from top side needs to help the in-game leader out. The pressure is coming and has a shot onto Veggie. He's looking the wrong way. Patsy's impact felt again.
Yeah, Patsy getting away with a lot of impact here. The top performer yesterday versus Endpoint. And they're starting to get some impact in the later rounds here on the CT side.
But look how far Veggie was up when he died, and look how far back everybody from Anonymo is now on their haunches. I think they want them to come forward for a pick. You're almost asking Team Spirit, yeah, come on out, clear this control. Let's just see how much there really lies towards the bottom of a rampart, Patsy.
He's worried about short. You can see they don't have any control really of the top ramp position, so perhaps Patsy eventually will go that way, but taking up position in sandbags for the time being.
They're hoping misdirection, right? The lack of info, the cut of the audible is enough to force a rotation, and it has. Patsy out towards sandbag. Up towards the headshot position is Degster.
Yeah, I've got mollies for this. Will they clear it? They're playing contact right now.
Seen him.
And now they have been. Patsy taken out of the round. Dexter still holding position up from headshot. It's the AWP. It goes into the open and a quick shot. Oh, Dexter drops on down again. It's just the light shot, the second time of asking. And so Dexter is out of the round. Bomb goes down here for Anonymo. They're worried about a flank, but there is none. It is going to be the setup in the site here for Anonymo as they re-smoke that elevator. Going to be a bit of a gap on the left side, perhaps, once that initial smoke fades away, so that might just give them a path back in here. They can wrap around that smoke as Team Spirit set up for the retake. Chopper lines up a smoke. Siren extends from elevator. Flash goes in to set up the peak from Oscarich, but ineffective until this point. Oscarich goes back again. It's a kill for him as Magix drops. He needs the pick and he's got it. And now they're running away. They're saving this one. They realize their economy's not in a good position. The likelihood of winning this round is slim, and they have to save their weapons. So Anonymo, 14 rounds, so much money for the buy again. 13K on Veggie, 11.5 here on Tudson. Team Spirit in the bin.
Probably multiple missions right there as that little 3-on-3 situation going on down, right? The fact that AWP from Dexter was in a retrievable position, right? If they didn't go forward and get the kills they were looking for, at least they could save the AWP. And he was the hero just a few rounds ago. 22 kills for Dexter now. They get him back his AWP. It wouldn't have been possible otherwise. Guns are chucked across. The buy actually looks pretty tidy for Spirit now. They've been able to pull something quite nice to at least stay competitive in a round like this. You see a missed smoke right there, not landing exactly where it's meant to be deployed. It seems like it's going to cause too many issues here at all, because the pace nature that Anonymo are running out this round with is a little bit slower. They're allowing the game to come their way, and
Dexter might get the chance here to open things up onto Veggie. If Veggie goes dry into the fight in mid, Dexter surely takes his life.
love to identify that this is in the play as well.
Double setup, so even if Veggie does beat it out, Chopper was there to help him. What's a scope sound there? I think Veggie is going to drop back. Repositioning over towards A here. A lot of forces being committed back here for Team Spirit to deal with A. Stacking it out, Chad, leaving one player at B.
How far forward do they want to go with this here? We've already seen them be a little bit transitional. Smoke dribbled out towards the top of the stairs. Demo is going to be behind this with some pressure, and he has a teammate. They can actually try and get a bit of a boost going up and over.
Magix is under so much pressure here on the site. If he goes down, this could be it. Team Spirit will be in such a difficult position to win this round. Magix, so much pressure on his shoulders as the rotations start to come back here from Chopper.
That's going to be heard. Could be a good flash here.
It's now a go. The flash commits. It is going to blind Oscarich. Keeps him in the open, and Magix is able to take it away. Molly forces him into the open. Magix can't double up. So at least Anonymo keeping the numbers even for now. But Chopper, blinded, committed around the back of the generator, will now take up a safer position and allow Dexter to try and take the pick on the cross, but hasn't reacted in time. So the bomb has got a cross, and it will be committed to. And now there's a timer on this play for Team Spirit. They have to retake with a lack of utility. They have nothing to play with here. It has to be fights, and Veggie's even towards middle, so he can flank around the backside, but Chopper, the in-game leader, goes in and chops down two heads. To the guillotine they will go, and Patsy on the flank up the stairway. It is Demo down, Veggie found, and Team Spirit recover the round.
Not even with that AWP, getting it done with the rifles right there. Massive work. That flash from Chopper to facilitate the first fight for Magics. Then he gets mollied out of position, but it's Chopper with the follow-up. A huge round from the in-game leader here for Team Spirit to keep things level at 14-14. We're going the distance. We're going the full 30 or overtime here for map number 1. Neither team wanting to relent right now. Felt like a good little play out of Anonymo. Pieced together well. Boost came in. The bomb goes down. They're setting themselves up, but just not ready. Just not ready for Chopper, the wild man, to run on in and chop them down. Both teams into full buys again right here.
Demo is quick on this one. So quick, charging through B with ill intent. He has taken Magics out right at the beginning of such a crucial round. It's Anonymo with the advantage.
Another opener here, but this time not just going to quickly run their way on in towards that B bomb, so are going to take their time. And behind these smokes, Live 4 Ts working their way up the ramp in towards Patty. He's creeping on out. He's going to get the chance, and he takes down Innocent. That's one back.
That's a find leg shot for Dexter. Leg shot. That is heartbreaking. We'll see if Anonymo can close in this opportunity. They're so low on 2 players. Veggie and Demo down to 13 and 19 HP. And now they run right into Chopper with a nade out. Veggie goes down. The nade, though, is eaten by Patsy. No nutritional value in that one. Team Spirit sit behind smokes. Anonymo yet to get the bomb down, yet to get into a comfortable position to do so, but they're perhaps just setting up now for a re-peek. Another perhaps mistake, but with the time going here, with it killing the sound, it's actually causing a rotation back from Chopper, and the bomb is going that way.
I think it's a fake. I think he's going to come back.
Smart play.
Yeah, he's just trying to make that bridge noise because now they have to doubt it. They put Tudson in the power position over towards Sandbag. This is perfect for an AWPer to oversee the site. Now it's just about walking that bomb on in. Demo and Askarish have to do the legwork here, while Tudson will just be the man to pick on up and try and pip them at the post if they show their heads.
Chopper has come back. Siren with the first Demo down. Once again, we're even, but Chopper's pulled out. And now Siren, they know where he is. They know he's playing from this headshot position, but he goes up. Oh! Siren! 15 rounds found from the youngster, showing some balls in the inexperience.
Oh my God. Tudson knows he has to push into the site because that fight doesn't have to be given on over. The bomb is stranded. The bomb is stranded. The only way across is taking the fight. So they both push on in, and Siren deals with them. Locks them out. Gets 15 now for Team Spirit on their map choice. They can get the buy back. Dexter gets the AWP. There's a purchase in from Anonymo as well, but how many more rounds? They're going to get the opening pick and not be able to get away with the conversion here. Spirit are battling back into this, and they might be the ones to get this one done in regulation.
That is wild. That is going to be so frustrating for Anonymo. They've had so many opportunities here, so much cash they've had flowing through their bank accounts, but haven't yet been able to get to 15. Overtime, perhaps looming. Anonymo make their way through mid.
Didn't go so well for them last time, remember?
Dexter is watching for the boost, but they've slipped on by to a CT already. Dexter starts to think about that, but Patsy's claimed the first life. This could be it. This could be map 1 going to Team Spirit. They're in a good advantage position. Magics from Tetris tries to react in time. Hasn't been able to take Demo out. And now they're accelerating once again into Siren, who had a massive round in the previous. Is looking to do it to them again. Siren is having an absolutely fantastic first map here. Team Spirit needed him, and he has shown up and delivered. A young player with not a lot of experience at all. He's stepping up in one of their biggest moments yet. Veggie and Tudson left now in a 2 versus 4 recovery of map 1 here. Anonymo will have felt there was chances throughout this one. But now they've got to do it in hard mode. Dexter holding for the initial peak. 2 flashes left. Patsy climbs on top of the boxes, and it is close. 16-14. Team Spirit will take map 1. They're now 1 map away from qualifying for the major.
Yeah, I can't believe they brought that one back there. It just felt so good for Anonymo in the later stages of that one. But Siren, Patsy, and Dexter, all 3 of them with over 20 kills, and there's 2 of the youngsters being able to step up in a big way. And that one's going to sting here for the Polish side. Could have had an upset on a map they don't have the best record on. You can see looking a bit deflated right there is Tudson, but they're going to need to pick themselves up, dust themselves off. There's still a whole series of Counter-Strike yet to play. Yeah, there was so many moments throughout that one where it felt like it should have been Anonymo, would have been. They had so many opportunities with cash, but it is the little individual moments that make the difference there, and it's coming from some of the youngsters, Chad. Yeah, good stuff to see, and I think we have the panel standing by ready to break this one down. Well, I'm looking forward to that one. We're going to go to the desk and talk about this matchup and take down map number 1.
Flawless toss. It is a game of margins, right? And it's especially is when you come down to these kind of qualification best of threes and rounds. When it comes to the major, it's all about who can keep it cool. And it was Siren. This dude just, I think, just say,
keep it to yourself for once. Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow doubt, and I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Filling up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know my heartbeat needed skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic, no, I'm never letting go. Now that I have it with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Filling up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heartbeat needed skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby. I'm getting forget. a visual. Yeah, I kill it cold like a criminal. I'm everybody's type, but nobody can deny. Cause you know I get it, 나는 아무리 봐도 I'm getting freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. Get that freaky, freaky on. Getting freaky. Get it right, get it right. Get that freaky, freaky on. 신경 끄고 다 같이 getting freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. Get that freaky, freaky on. Getting freaky. Get it right, get it right. 상관하지 마. I'm getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on, get that freaky, freaky on. Getting freaky, get it right, get it right. Get that freaky, freaky on, 신경 끄고 다 같이 getting freaky, yeah, I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on, get that freaky, freaky on. Getting freaky, get it right, get it right. 상관하지 마. Watching you with dark eyes every night, counting up your sins. I keep a list and checking it twice. I know where you've been, I smell the sin, and you're looking nice. You can't bury me. You don't love a night. I'm still broken in the gutter. It's just me on my side, but I'll leave you with the shudder. I got goals you don't wanna know. I got goals you don't wanna grow. Trying to forget I'm in your head, shudder up your spine. Try not to choke, a funny joke when you say you're mine. Lost your control, think you're alone, I'm still in your mind. You can't bury me. You don't love a night. I'm still broken in the gutter. It's just me on my side, but I'll leave you with the shudder. you don't wanna know.
turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plot, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction cause they know Brit Mo, I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham, this ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey, we gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Never
4 hours up in the day, I gotta make it right. 18 of those, I'm in the cave, I gotta make some light, make it hype, even if we break a night. And even if things go left, we gotta make them right. Chillin' with mine, we triple up, they on the double up, triple dub. Came from the basement, we only going up, they loving us. Up in the booth, I'm getting dizzy, but they the cup is up. Toast to my people that's on the come up, and you live with us. Ain't all about the trigger bus. Looking at my watch, your spirit bomb, both hands is going up. You going coast to coast with us. See the flows is flowing, overflowing, yeah, the cup it runneth over. Tidal wave up in the ocean.
We gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? But we got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night.
Dex is playing very aggressive in middle here. He's going to call this clear quite quickly and be able to call a rotation, but will it be to the right side? Because here they come.
Well, Siren is going to throw a smoke out to buy some time for the corridor, but it is Patsy in the middle of the site that needs to do the work, and nearly gets away with nothing. Luckily picks up one on the way down. But Anonymo found their way into a comfortable position, and look at this, Veggie always behind you, always getting the flank going. He's gone through the market smoke, hasn't committed to the full push yet. There's a bit of a risk deployed with this, but once that smoke fades away, he can start to get the wrap around the back. It is Demo and Oscaris though, they're fighting from the site, and Demo from the van looks towards short. Anonymo getting hyped with that significant pistol win.
Yeah, back into the winning ways on those pistols there, and some smiles creeping onto the faces, but a lot of hard work to do here. Just one of the 16 rounds required to take us over towards Nuke. And I don't think it's going to be the easiest of times. Spirit strike me as a team who'll love a good force buy. I can confirm they are starting to equip those weapons. We've got Deagles, we've got 5.7s, which pound for pound are on their way back into business. And a scout for Dexter, who I think could be a real force to be reckoned with on a map like Mirage. Now the win-loss, as far as that record goes for this roster of Spirit on this map, is not great, but they've had some close games, some double digits against reasonable sides. Very fast in towards the mid-control. Short presence being felt as well. Skarish needs to be careful. That's clear, and he can't get it done. Siren up on top of the ladder. We'll take him out of the picture, and over towards B we go.
The smoke goes out for Chopper, creating a corridor to enter back into the site.
No more Anonymo nades here, right? They honestly just have bullets now.
Just moving with that smoke now to try and deny the plant, and that forces them off of it.
This is going to be issues. The rotation's completely come on over here from Spirit, and the bomb yet to be planted.
Well, starting to get planted now. Hudson swings out, gets the double on the spray down, takes Chopper and Magic's out of commission, and Veggie looks back to the market for another pick. Siren still over here alongside Dexter as they try and exit the market, but they need some picks. Oh, Siren saves the day, keeps Dexter on his feet, but they're conceding. They're saving this one as they drop back. Anonymo will have 2. Good bit of damage done there for Team Spirit, but not the round win.
Okay, well, I guess they think if they can apply these into the next round, try and have another threatening round. It was a decent opportunity right there, and Tudson's double is really what saved the day. So the buffer from Tudson has been provided. They will be scooping up the better guns on the way out here. Demo into an AK instead of that MAC-10. And you need to note that, oh, he might go down here. No, he just trying to find a safe haven is Demo. Very fortunate to survive that one on 3 HP. That Siren can drop a 5.7 as well, because he had that to kick off the round and picked up the Khalil. So they will have a reasonable round into this one here for round number 3. Chopper's also going to lightly invest into a P250, and we'll see what Magix decides to go with here, as he has a smoke currently to his name. Can Anonymo make this one a little bit cleaner? I'm sure they'd love to hold on to these 5 AK-47s and give themselves an easier go into round number 4. Window smoke will land. And broken. Now going to get the boost up and over late, and they're going to put Siren as the individual in towards the vent room again. He found success previously, but that's not where the fight's coming this time. Innocent creeping up the ramp, has a couple to deal with over towards A.
Has got Veggie up inside of Palace eventually. Oscarish does open up the round with Siren. Now they'll start to hit the Siren. Team Spirit a player with the weaker weapons in hand. We do talk about Magix. Talk about him as maybe one of the star players of this team now.
I think he has to be, right?
He does have to be.
Him and Dexter need to be the star duo, and then where the rest of the firepower is going to come from still needs to be proven to us, right? We've seen some good moments from Patsy, some good moments from Siren, but all in all, that third star, I would say, is yet to be established on this team. Smoke deployed towards ramp, and I like the fact that they've just cut and slowed this one down. Anonymo. They found the opening pick. They're allowing Team Spirit to make that next foot fault. They're actually rescinding.
Steps there for Demo. He's starting to track that. He'll get around the back of Patsy and just now moving forward. Chopper also has to take him one. Oh, Demo doesn't take the pick towards Murder Hole. How has he not
very
got
light
that?
damage there as well, right? Look how much damage he didn't do.
It's actually unreasonable, isn't it? There's a chance here for Team Spirit to cause a few problems now for Anonymo. Innocent watches towards CT as they begin to exit.
Chopper is flanking here. These CT players need to stay alive for a couple seconds longer. Chopper can make this one interesting.
Innocent has taken one, but Patsy's 5-7. It's coming with a swing. Veggie taking him out, but it is Chopper in the flank that you pointed out, Chad. Well, he's in a position to compete
Too late now.
His teammates are all down, and that's the unfortunate part. He is now getting fixated upon, and the time is taking on the bomb. He'll get out towards Tetris, but realizes this round is all about some damage on the way out. Save that AK.
They get the damage, right? But these are 2 rounds where they were threatening in patches. Dexter even going to line that one up onto Tudson, trying to backpedal his way out. Connector bomb will go off. Dexter not even going to try his luck to try and scoop up one of those AK-47s. We'll just hold on to that scout. And now he's going to equip into the AWP here. So the buy will come out from Spirit now. They've had 2 rounds in a row where they posed a threat, but Anonymo will deal with it. Damage definitely felt. The buy back in available.
And we'll see what Team Spirit can do with the buy. As you pointed out just mere moments ago, they have got themselves into competitive positions, even with the weaker guns pretty much every time. So with the rifles out, we'll see what Team Spirit can muster together. Smokes out towards Khan and window. Magic's plays close towards ramp, and if Innocent tries to get away with a contact play again, Magic's rifle might be able to take him out. In fact, it's Dexter that is ready for that. Just peeks on down. Innocent's out of the round. More pressure now in the mid play. Anonymo trying to get one up Khan, and Demo has got into the connector. Has got Palace to play with here too. He's got his teammate up there.
They know it has to be A. Patsy pushed all the way B right now.
Chopper's a jungle. Comes out into the fight. Demo has hit the deck. Continue to move forward. It's Tudson though. He's pulled one back, but kills are just going back and forth.
Bombs
The Dexter spotted one. Drop in towards Firebox. It's Veggie in there right now, and yeah, you have to run all the way back to get that. And it's been locked off. The access point for Tudson to go back. He has to go through Patsy. The first bullet, inaccurate, will commit to the spray down and gets him out of the round. But now Tudson's sprinting back to try and get to that.
This round's back on, though. That one death from Patsy there, they didn't know that the bomb was over towards T-Spawn. He never actually saw it. Just on that push, he got a kill. His position was noted, put himself in an unfavorable fight. And now Tudson can smoke off towards Connector and come on over and fortify this A bomb site. You can see pushing through is Siren now, trying to fill the feed where Patsy once lied, but the bomb should be going... Oh, never mind. They did get across.
Oh!
Great shot from that.
And that's going to drop the bomb in the open. Veggie had a smoke. He's
Look
got
where the
it
bomb
on his
is.
back. And look, he has to jump up on top of triple to get that back. He will put it down on the safe side of the triple boxes. Again, smoke in hand for Veggie. So he'll throw that out to CT. He doesn't allow the cross, and the quick ramp flank from Siren is what catches Veggie off. So the round will go for Team Spirit. This is just the shot on the cross there from Dexter. Puts a nail in the coffin, really. Buys some time. Especially with the bomb being dropped on top of triple.
Yeah, that is very awkward, isn't it? Nice shot from Dexter there from that jungle position. And we will get their first round on the board here at Spirit. That plan, it helped out Anonymo a little bit because their cash could have been looking a whole lot worse. This is a situation where Tudson and Veggie could buy. But the other 3 would have to be just down to some pistols here. And it looks like they are going to go for an eco. You can see HE is being invested. They tried this the other day. They smoked Top Cat and tried to HE into window to take out Monacy. But Monacy wasn't playing in the window position when they tried it. This time round, Dexter will be, so could be well placed here. Oh, he's actually jumped up and over. Connector this time round.
Blasted. Magix again takes up close position at ramp. On the other side of the smoke is Veggie and Innocent doubled up with one another. Smoke will fade away momentarily. And on the other side of it, multiple pistols. So Magix repositions as the smoke begins to fade away. Has got the flash set up for Chopper, but Veggie has dealt with it first. Or rather, Veggie has dealt with as Magic goes out again. There's 2 picked up. He's run out of ammo, and the rifle has to go to the sidearm. There wasn't enough help coming in from Chopper from CT to keep Magix on his feet. So now Dexter's been pulled back in to try and stop the bleeding towards ramp, but he commits to the open fight. And Tudson with the upgraded weapon, he takes off the hands of Magix, is able to make it sing for a headshot. Now 2 players coming back in here for Anonymo. It's not a brilliant position to be in, but it's still winnable if that kill were to come through. And now that it doesn't, it is just Oskarish left on the ramp in a 1v3. Spirit fixated upon the ramp, and we'll take him out with a headshot. So a second round put together here for Team Spirit. No bomb plant there for Anonymo either.
Yeah, that was essentially an eco, right? So I'm sure they'll be happy with that little bit of damage they were able to inflict on Spirit, but the AWP retained. Dexter will get that one back to wield here into the next round of play. And Tudson's also going to have his AWP out now to go toe-to-toe. See if we get any heads-up fights between the two of them here. Galil's for 3, however, so some omissions as far as the potency of these rifles go, but let's see if they can make the Galils work as they gear up for what could be quite a fast A hit here. Dexter aggressive over towards the palace position, scopes on up, has to deal with 2.
Oh, Dexter, a lovely shot, quick on towards Innocent. Dexter, of course, hanging around, waiting for the second to walk on in. Veggie hasn't gone there. Here comes the rest of the smokes being thrown out for Anonymo. Patsy this time taking up position that Magic's played in the previous round. Smoke was down of his own design. Has taken out Demo, but Oscarish and Veggie finding some crucial kills, and now Dexter stands on default. Up hits the leg shot again. Dexter still up, repositions up to Palace and swings in towards the Tetris position. Oscarish takes him out, no problem. 2v2. Still Anonymo haven't got some ground here. They're still in an awkward position, and Oscarish with the bomb was still stuck at Tetris. Siren goes to fight him. Tudson now into the 1 versus 2. AWP to get Anonymo their 4th round. Tudson needs to have a pop-off moment here. It's such an important matchup. Imagine a round like this for Tudson, but he gets caught trying to drop back into Ram. Chopper commits to the iron goal. A 3rd round now for Team Spirit as they tie things up on the board.
Yeah, put Anonymo back down towards pistols here, so just the bomb site's not getting in, not getting the bomb down to keep this economy flowing right here. It is going to come back to hurt Anonymo early on within the piece, but still very early stages on their map choice.
Yes. I was seeing we talked about the last Polish team, the full Polish team that played at a major in 2018. Obviously, the most famous player, should we say, from that team of Pasha Biceps is out supporting the side of Anonymo this morning. I think he was calling the map done. He felt like it was a done deal over for Anonymo.
I think we
map
thought
1.
so too,
yeah,
didn't we?
all did,
but
didn't
we didn't make the tweet, so that one came back to bite him there. But let's see if the boys can come on back and give him something to celebrate here for this Sunday. Is going to be light investment into the pistols again. Now, there's a new little way to watch, guys. We've been telling you can check out on YouTube. You can check out those secondary streams as well. But also, if you want to head over to csgo.pglesports.com, there's a multi-viewer that PGL have actually set up here.
It's really cool.
Yeah, you can choose all the different POVs that you want to see. They've actually put the player cameras there. You can watch these just consistently. You can even have the player crosshairs, I do believe. But let's focus on this little lighter investment because Dexter's AWP, he seems to be in the right place at the right time every single time. But this year against pistols, he might get overrun. Or he might just kill them all.
Feels like he's got enough time here between the spacing, but he is under a lot of pressure now as they come on out without that first pick. It hasn't really slowed them, but they now drop down into Siren's rifle. Dexter, luckily getting towards the back of the site, is able to compose himself and collect another. It's just Oscarish as Anonymo tried the B-rush to get the bomb down, but that hasn't worked out. And now we start to ask a few questions of Anonymo. They had a good start into this map, but as soon as the rifles came out for Team Spirit, it has been a one-way street. Anonymo have got to try and battle their way back in here. Another buy coming out. They've afforded the AWP into the hands of Tudson again too.
I think Dexter's the biggest problem to deal with right now because if he's able to put himself in a position to find an opening, and it feels like he's just almost playing, he's telling Chopper where he wants to go. That's what it looks like to me. If he continues to do that and puts himself in these positions time and time again to find an opening pick or be a nuisance on a lurk play, it's going to be very, very problematic. Magix is going to tuck himself in towards the vent room now, and it is a light hold on A, but it is the man we're just questioning, Dexter, playing from Ticket. So 3 towards mid. 1 towards B apartments at this jump peak that's just been highlighted there to deal with Anonymo on their default crawl. They've got 2 players on the extremities.
Swing out from Chopper. Goes back into connector, but there is a double setup of players here for Team Spirit fighting from short. They'll throw a molly down to confirm there is one behind those top boxes and try and put some pressure on them. But Anonymo starts to look back to B and Siren. He has not cracked today. He has looked incredible. Once again, he is going to be under fire, but he has got his 2 teammates now dropping back. His B setup is so ready to deal with this, but the smoke, not great. Siren still recovers. It's another one from Siren. And Anonymo, this attack has been thinned out entirely. Gonna have to try and recuperate with limited players and hope that they can get some opportunities here. Tudson's peak is good for 1, but Magix immediately replies. A double from Magix. Now just Veggie. What an incredible first map that he had. Clutch here might just ignite the fire of Anonymo again, but Dexter held the cross on the swing out. He's dead.
Love that little double swing there from Magix and Chopper, right? Chopper was over there in towards the market window, and they almost caught it at the same time. They swung from different angles to be able to come on out and showed two different faces to the AWP player there. Sure, Chopper goes down, but mopping up that mess with a double of his own was Magix, and he had a lot of assists right there, Magix, as well. So 3 players towards that B bomb site worked perfectly. Felt like they're a step ahead of the calling there for Anonymo. And it will be a timeout called, the first of 4 available for Anonymo in map number 2. It did feel yesterday against Ents, though, in the later stages, right? I don't want to say they gave up. I don't think anybody would ever give up. I just felt like they could feel that the game was getting away from them. I think they need to try and dispel that here at any possible turn. Make sure that they think they're in every single one of these rounds. Even a light pistol buy like this could turn their fortunes around.
Anonymo had a great start on the T side, but it has been Dexter destroying them. Dexter very famously has a lot of good maps here on Mirage. I think it's a comfort ground for him.
I think this is what happens when people play Face It on this map
They
for 16 hours a day.
Yep. That's what happens. Chopper towards connector gets flashed. So
Body blocks in.
But they see him, and Demo will take him out. But Dexter, the player we just mentioned from Triple, collects his double figures kill. Patsy now jumps up and moves on down. It's all falling apart here for Anonymo. Vegas ran for the AK, gets swung on by Magix, closed out. Another round here for Team Spirit, but it was a bit of a half investment for Anonymo. Now we look to their buy again.
I think the biggest thing is just getting into the site and getting the bomb down to make sure that they don't have to go back to pistols. Right? That is the key right now if I'm Anonymo, because you're not putting Spirit in a position where they're wincing too much. Chopper and Patsy a little bit light on in the cash department, but Dexter with 11k and Magic's there with 8. It's enough for a few residual buys for Team Spirit. You want to stress them out here. You want to make sure that they're not willing to take these over peaks and overextensions on the CT side because they know they can rebuy in the next. Make sure they have to consider all of their choices, all of the financial ramifications that could come on through. Demo quickly down towards connector here. Gonna lob this smoke out. Very cavalier about his movements. Not worried about anybody up close and personal. And it's the right decision to make here.
Demo got in front of it all. Oh, and he spotted one up the stairway. Dexter this time taken out. So that's a big kill to find here for Anonymo. And they jump up on the bench. They'll take out Patsy. And 2 down early for Team Spirit. Chopper, oh, got a chance and he will capitalize on it. Now the swing out from Veggie. He's gone down. And just like that, the first 2 kills are back into a 3v3.
Yeah, trying to get ahead of themselves right there, Anonymo. They've given those 2 kills over, and now it's Siren. He's been good in patches here, especially just defending with the rifles in hand, and has to deal with 3 players. There's 2 coming his direction. The third is over towards mid, just goes down to Chopper right now.
Oh,
and
no.
A 3v5 has turned into a 2v3.
And they need to take out Siren. If he even gets one, that's the job done. Siren will, in fact, take the head of Tudson. Jumps up to confirm Innocent with their 2. And Siren intelligently plays it to take both. 7 rounds for Team Spirit. That started with a 2-man advantage for Anonymo.
Beautiful stuff. And they even get the AWP back, so that 11k of Dexter doesn't need to be invested in here. They can just drop it across. This is looking fantastic now. The game is really getting away from the Polish side. Another timeout called, another conversation to have, no plant. It's just crazy that they got so far ahead of themselves after that opening pick. Like Demo, with that 1 kill that he gets there onto Dexter, they've done so much. So much with that opening kill. They've taken out the danger man. They just give it back on over. So having to ask themselves, do they really want to piece this one together here? AK for Veggie is out. It's not going to have any util behind it. Maybe it's just to try and keep things... Oh no, they are going to buy Tuts into an AK as well. Oh, I don't like what we're seeing here.
Starting to feel a little desperate for Anonymo. Their map pick, the map that they looked comfortable on throughout this competition. But when you bring it to a map like Mirage and you have
They're out of smokes already, Dinka.
Yeah, that's why.
They're out of smokes already. Has to just be a Palace waterfall here.
Well, they're trying to sell everything towards mid, and it has to be successful upon this Palace fall.
Oh, the smoke's just landed. What do? Do you go? Do you wait? Neither one of the options here are good. Like, look how many nades they have left now. 1:34 on the clock. 1 flash, or 2 flashes. And a Molotov. That's it. That's all they have. And they're stalled out by 1 simple smoke. Another smoke now just deployed here. Dexter's just lobbed that one out to help out Magix.
Oh, it's awful.
Take another 20 seconds off the clock. Stew in your own juices. And while all this happens, look at Chopper. He's gone around the world. He's pushed mid. He's about to confirm it. Will be this A hit.
Oscarish. They will look back and hold forward, and they do take out Chopper. That gives them a bit of a fallback moment, but you have no utility left. You don't have the smokes. It's such a rough position to be in here, but the flashes, it just has to be successful with ease. They have to find the initial picks when they hit upon this site. all the way over towards B. Oscar is trying to make some noise. Patsy went on the information gathering play. Magix holds from the ramp and they're just getting decapitated. Anonymo falling by the wayside. Piece by piece, they crumble one by one. It's Tudson left alone, getting spammed up in Palace. The rest of his teammates are put in the grave already, and Tudson will soon meet them. 8 rounds now for Team Spirit. There's nothing getting going here for Anonymo.
No, not at all. Not at all. That idea, right? They've had to disrespect that smoke if they wanted to have an opportunity, but they would have been running grey screen right in towards Magix. And one of the players that we look to in this team of Anonymo to step on up and give them some impact is Innocent. He knows that he's he is the most experienced member of this team. And right now, unable to get anything going here. These Tech-9s need to light the fire, need to get it started. A bomb plant just feels like something to have some hope here as they turn their attention back towards A again. Magix from Ticket, chiming in. Dexter this time will be from the connector position.
Well, here comes the utility. Anonymo need to be successful in the first fights though. Magix just swings out for the back of Triple. He's gonna have no problem taking that first.
Should be out of plan.
Falls a little asleep on the second peak. Demo does take him out, and now a plant would be brilliant. We'll get them a just very solid buy into the next round. Siren not there in time to deny, but that nade is going to land right upon his head. Demo continues to get some kills here though, Chad. We're down into a 2v3.
Process of elimination now in this retake. They know Demo has to be towards Spawn, but it's just Veggie's position they need to find. They need to find him now.
Towards it, Shadow sets up Veggie for the peak! And 2 kills found from the Tech-9. It is now Dexter, who's below half HP, realizes there's one sandwich, is able to go for that. Do not break them like this, Dexter. He wants to break them in half. The time is ticking on that bomb. It is planted towards CT for Demo. Dexter scopes the time now, taking too far. Demo swings into the open. A round found for Anonymo, and done in the fashion of a weaker buy.
That's what you want, right? That's what you need to get that belief back. Hey boys, we can do it with the pistols. Now let's get stuck in with the rifles here. A huge run from Demo there, and Veggie positioned very, very well. Just not considered in that process of elimination while retaking the site. And yeah, that one for Spirit is one of those rounds that now, this is great. We could set ourselves up to have a bit of a conversation about this first half. Instant window smoke going to be popped on out.
If we are going to continue to have that conversation, we do need to see more out of Innocent. Was instrumental in their performance and their upset over G2 to kick off the RMR. Currently 1 in 10. We need to see more out of him.
It's a bit more direct again here from Anonymo, right? Like they threw out the top mid utility just to keep those feet planted, and they're walking A one more time. This time it's more of a potent defense. They've got Magix and Chopper towards the site. Dexter trying to chime in from the same position from Connector again, and then they also have Patsy over towards Window, so allowing Siren to lock down the site on his own towards B, but their out ramp has been spotted here. Chopper's got one.
Oh, Chopper just rattling away, couldn't double up. Tudson was quick to get the pick back from Tetris, and Magic's now moving towards Triple, swings on out. Doesn't find a piece to the puzzle at all. Anonymo now stifled slow. They have got the deficit to play with. Magix is going to cross.
Get
away.
away.
See them retreating. They can't get away from it. They're taking out Patsy and Dexter. Nail in the coffin. And Innocent, the player I mentioned just moments ago, well, into what feels like an unwinnable clutch. They've seen him out now, holding him with the AWP. Flash goes up, allows him to cross over to the left side of the ramp, and gets in the fight here. Innocent gets one. Magix puts him in the grave quickly after. Celebrations for Spirit as they realize after the round lost, they're right back to the winning ways, and that is the worst way for it to happen for Anonymo.
Smelled like they could, they smelt blood in that situation, right? Because how quick they were to collapse on them, trying to get away from Tetris, trying to get away from that A bomb site. Spirit were getting stuck on in and chasing them down. This was the fight towards mid that Patsy finds, and Dexter's getting a lot of yells in here. I think he's getting fired up, firing up the boys. He's getting a smirk and a smile onto the face there of Siren down in the end. Timeout called from Anonymo here. They've only got one left in the bank for, well, this whole second half of play that is still to come. And I think it's starting to get desperate out there in terms of the round department. They know that they need something to go into this second half. A 9-6 is still a very good half, T-side of Mirage. Still very possible here. So they're going for a half investment. Some Deagles, Tech-9 for Veggie. Again, we've already seen the impact on him. And this is a very important round for both teams. If you're Spirit, you pick this one up. You're going to put yourself up to 10 rounds. You'll be very happy with the first half. If you're Anonymo, you can keep yourself believing. You know that you can get it done with these lighter purchases. And that 9-6 dream stays alive.
Innocent runs out. Quick take of mid here for Anonymo. Can they get through any important choke points? Oh, Innocent leads the charge, and with the AK is taken out immediately. Magix opening up for Spirit. Patsy looks to have another life. The soul will be reaped out of Demo. There's now Oscarish, Tudson, and Veggie seeing what they can mount. With a quick headshot, Veggie swings in towards window and is able to take out Patsy towards the ladder room, but the nade and the rifle of Siren closes it out for 10 rounds. Team Spirit 6 away from heading to the major.
Okay, well, this is looking good for them now, but it will be a full buy for Anonymo here to close out this first half of play. Plenty of cash to splash, as you can see, everything and the kitchen sink dropped over there, and a timeout called for Spirit just to make sure that they do convert this round. So I'm liking the call of the timeout here. Understanding a big difference between the 10-5 and 11-4 going into the second half. The pistol, the first gun round conversion, it could be done. That's how simple it could be to get Team Spirit to that PGL Antwerp major just around the corner now. Only, well, 2 weeks away.
Yeah, it looks deflated here. For the Anonymo side, just think of their run here. Think of the hope and optimism they felt on day one when they take down one of the front runners of G2. The amount of difficult teams they've had to battle their way through to this point. 2 opportunities to qualify for the major so far. And this one feels like it's slipping through their fingers.
Yeah, they have played out some hard matches, right, against some big names. They have those upsets that's put them in this position. But as Innocent said in that interview, that win against G2 is all for nothing if they don't qualify. And right here, right now, it's not looking great. Up against the wall, lots of flashes out mid. Shot missed for Dexter. He knows he's under pressure right now as Demo quickly scurries down towards the connector. Shots whistle by either way. Intentions are felt, but he knows something's up on the other side of that smoke.
Just taking the time here in Anonymo. They have got the mid control, but what they've struggled with is getting through choke points, and they don't want to force the fight in towards connector and the smoke. They've often lost that battle. Patsy is not just sitting back towards short, he's got a position where he can peer for info, and that's all he wants here. He just wants information of when to use that smoke. Innocent does take ladder room, flashed into the peak. Now can look down into jungle, but there's a smoke up in the window for the time being, keeping him away from the fight against Chopper. Under a minute now on the timer. Smoke goes out from Anonymo. This one to land towards jungle and maybe give a pathway for Veggie to fight onto the side. But everybody else is going back over towards B with a bomb.
Siren's been great, hasn't he? Let's see if he can do it again. 15 kills to the kid's name.
He's got Patsy to help him out here as well. The 2 newest recruits for Team Spirit. Veggie's being found, so now the acceleration into the B side.
Oh, they missed the molly!
Oh, they have, and Siren is going to get himself a double. The molly holds them back in the apartment. It's a nightmare here in Anonymo. They've lost 11 rounds in this first half. It started with 3 off the trot, 1 half buy. And the Spirit won every other round. Anonymo in the situation currently where it's looking like their dreams of making the major are not going to be happening.
Yeah, they look flustered at the moment, getting the better of them here. I think this one has fallen by the wayside in a big way. Still with smiles on the faces, so maybe not. Maybe they can pull themselves out of this.
Maybe it's a laugh of pain, Chad.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry, as the old saying goes. But this right here, like the little details, that's where the devil lives. That's where the devil lies. And Spirit right now just need to get this pistol to really put themselves in contention to close it out quickly. There's a chance to draw it back. Vertigo was close. Vertigo was a 16-14 affair. You can see it at the top of your screen. Mirage right now doesn't look close at all, but it's the CT side. Anonymo get a chance to defend here, and it needs to start with this pistol round.
Team Spirit, no secret to us about where they want to start this pistol and where they want to finish it. Utility being set up for the A execute. Smoke goes out towards the connector. Flash is going to be delivered. Oscarish dodges them. He has got a smoke and a diffuse kit on his back, and they can play this A retake setup. So jungle's going to be a point of contention, and Tudson, doesn't contest at all. He's out immediately. Headshot right between the eyes, butchered into the ground. Plant committed to for Team Spirit, locked in, and an advantage held as well.
Look at the power position they have for the post plant. Jungle and window control completely. Veggie trying to find something up and over from middle right now, but needs to get it quick. The bomb is starting to tick faster and faster.
He has taken one and a second found as well. He cuts those numbers down. And again, the defuse in the smoke. Defuse being stuck. He's pulling it through and he's done it. The defuse for Anonymo. The pistol taken away. It may be the power positions of Team Spirit, but they've absolutely cheesed it.
That is ridiculous right there. It looks so good. You get all the control you want. That pistol round was so simple from Spirit. Connect to smoke, jump into jungle, take the fight, get control. Oh, we got a B-Stream update here, 16-6, but Anonymo have just diffused it right under their nose. That's one way to rub some salt in the wound, but check out this buy.
It's incredible.
Galils and AKs.
It's better than the CT buy.
Yeah,
it is better.
Well, yeah, sure, they lack a couple of nades, but the firepower's there. They're just running. This is a chopper call.
This is a chopper, and he is an Apache helicopter now as he swings on out, trying to just take them down. Tudson trying his best. He has taken one out of the sky. But it hasn't been enough to bring down Chopper and the squad, who now get the bomb down. A 4v3 maintained here for Team Spirit, and they want to go. They want to go to a CT. They've held position. Demo swings, flash set up, but Patsy still beats him out. Tudson and Veggie, how can they win this? They just can't. Surely, Team Spirit don't give them the chance at all, and Tudson, he's down an underpass. Veggie's hanging around towards connector still.
He is indeed. It's a flash over, trying to get him on out of here. The flash is good, the kill is there, but I guess it's an evacuation route. One way to hold on to this rifle at least. It actually drew a Spirit back towards the side just in case of an extremely late retake, but that's not the case, and snatch one back here. So the defuse, yeah, you can have it, but we'll win out that force spy, and it could, right now, be the writing on the wall. Because this is 1,400 as the loss bonus. The buy for Anonymo is going to be significantly worse here. They're juggling the guns across. There's an MP9 in play, a 5.7. Innocent probably going to get out of Deagle here. Must have been lobbed something across it. Innocent has a USP and head armor at the moment, so I'm sure there's something on the ground.
Yeah, this is 4 rounds away now from Team Spirit.
Oh, he's got, there we go. Going to get given that MP9, okay.
They're going to go A here, Team Spirit again. Setting up already for the A execute. It's just domed on in, but no one's there to deal with it on the ramp. Ospreys tosses down a smoke, but do Spirit respect it? Of course they won't. They charge out. Ospreys blinded, rattling shots. They take him down eventually. Vecchi though on the double in the side. Tudson stepping up as well, and Innocent getting involved is now just Magisk, and he goes down out of the round. Anonymo shut the A play down.
Okay, the force by Wars, they're on. They are on in a big way here. Siren can buy, Dex can do the same. Let's see if Spirit want to step up to the plate and go toe-to-toe in this fashion. Why the bloody hell not? They're able to make it work before. I'm going to give it another go here as Anonymo do keep themselves to a 6-round margin right now. That was going into the stack from Spirit, so this direct calling in consecutive rounds, and they're not able to break on through, but check this one out, Dinko. Back towards A again, I guess. Let's go.
Yeah, it is quick. But Team Spirit, this is what they can do. They're belligerent when they come to their calls, you know. You can see the same round over and over again. A blunt object, if hit hard enough, will eventually find its halt. Goes on through, smoked off. Team Spirit actually deciding. Maybe take a bit of a pause on this one.
Yeah, they still have a couple of smokes and flashes to work with here to piece that together late. So by virtue of them not going out fast, it's actually favored them. There's a lot of utilities being used from Anonymo here, and they're getting their buy back together is where we wanted to end with that one. They have a incendiary, a flash, and a HE left over to defend with. Everybody into rifles here. This would be a great way to get Anonymo back into it. Win out the force buys.
And out the force. We'll see if they can do so. Team Spirit coming out Palace now. Innocent's gonna peek out. Dexter taken out. Innocent doubles up. Bomb loose, and every prong to the approach is toppling over here for Spirit. Just one on the way out from Magix, but that is strong from Anonymo.
You think it's too late for Innocent to show up now? I guess not. 7 kills now. Did not have a great showing in that first half. If he can warm into the game right here on this CT side and help drag his team back into contention for this, he should be getting a freebie right now, as will just be the Glocks for Team Spirit.
Yeah, should be no problems here for Anonymo. Maybe a bomb plant for Team Spirit, but even getting to that point of the round seems very difficult here. Just probably slowing this one down a little bit, having a chat. But cool to see Anonymo come back into this, Chad.
Yeah, go all the way, go to Nuke. Give us a third map as well.
Still a difficult road ahead of it. there is hope now for the Polish fans. I'm sure waking up early this morning to catch the action. To support Anonymo. And their last chance to qualify for the major. 1 map down already versus Team Spirit and 4 away from being knocked out. Innocent starting to liven up now. Hudson as well helping him out here. And all the picks start to come through. We talk about Team Spirit though. There are some positive stories over there on that side of things as well. Patsy going to his first major. Siren as well joining him if they can win this. Be great to see some youth going to the major itself. Chopper has actually picked up 1 and a rifle now in his hands.
Yeah,
but, quickly found by Veggie.
Yeah, okay, well, we're about to get the rifles back out here, and it's going to be some missions. Dexter only has 3.6. It's interesting, he bought a Deagle just then as well, so I guess he's going to operate into this round without any head armor. He's bought into Kevlar. Does he want to buy a Scout? Does he want to buy an AK? He's got enough for an AK right now, 2,700. Everybody else in his team has purchased into those exact rifles here. It just doesn't feel like a great round to bounce back into things from Spirit, right? Like they don't have everything they need to work with here. So you're going to be relying on some mistakes from Anonymo or a couple of big shots being hit out of the Spirit players as they're going for a run boost. Dexter, the top piece of this puzzle, and it's not a run boost at all. It's just a peek down towards Connector.
It's a boost, but not to run. Missed Molly there from Anonymo. Very missed, actually. Free smoke out to window for Patsy. CTs are throwing out a bottom con smoke here, and Peggy's going to peek with it. Innocent trying to see if he can see over the top of that smoke, but it's made a sound cue. Communicated now by Patsy about the whereabouts of Innocent. Nate goes right down onto Patsy. Look at that. That takes him down to 44.
Smokes an exchange here as well, so Connector has been denied. Everybody from Spirit is through middle. They're playing extremely together on these gun rounds, aren't they? There's no lurk possibilities.
Becky sees the utility being used up, flashed into the play-in. Chopper brings him down. That could have been the move, the maneuver that would have got the round advantage, but Innocent tries to snap it back, realizing his team are down a player. He's the player that needs to step up and deliver it back, and he's done it. 4v4 again established.
They have to just tuck tail right now. There's so much utility, so many players in mid from Anonymo to deal with this. They've just left Innocent now as they've bought back that space. And with 35 seconds left on the clock, Spirit actually need to go somewhere. They need to try and get this one across the line. You don't want to be holding on to just these AKs without any util into the next round. It's not going to be ideal at all. So 23 seconds. It looks like they're splitting B.
Not a lot of time at all here that needs to be perfect upon these two players. Anonymo look to hold the forces of Team Spirit and knocking down the door, and Innocent mounts the defense first. It's Chopper, the victim of his rifle, as Innocent continues. He's the only player left, and he is out. Dexter with the kill, but not enough time with a bomb loose in the open. Innocent has done all the heavy lifting needed to just make that one crumble for Team Spirit. They will save 2 rifles, but another round for Anonymo, and it's forced a tactical timeout from Team Spirit.
Yeah, there didn't seem like there was too much tact behind that round at all right there. And the fact is, if they're going to keep playing like this as such a pack, they're not going to be finding the gaps late, right? The reason that you're able to have these gaps late is because of your extremity players who are able to weasel their way in while the pack's taking traction elsewhere. So Innocent now starting to warm into the game, being given some opportunities to come online. It's about how much damage that he can really get done now, because it's only a 3-round game. Only a 3-round game here, and it's quickly closing in on Spirit. Magic's Chopper and Patsy, if they want to invest anything right now, next round loss bonus is maxed on out. It will be 5 consecutive rounds if Anonymo are able to pick this one up. But we turn to Dexter, we turn to Siren, the two with the saved AK-47s. How much can they get out of these? Have been some light upgrades of Kevlar and pistols with some util. So again, just trying this pack roll mentality. Spirit grouping up towards A, just working out where they want to deploy these smokes exactly. Looks like the up-down smoke stairs, and
oh, swing out from Innocent from stairs. It's worked. Siren just in the open. That's an easy kill, isn't it? Oh, it's going to force them back, so Team Spirit can't even really follow up on that. They can't use any momentum with the utility, and now they're just held back in round.
At least they got the AK, so if we're looking at small positives, that's one of them. But look how many players from Anonymo have responded to this. There are 4 players over towards A. It's just the 1 man over towards B of demo right now, and it doesn't feel like Spirit are going to fall back whatsoever. You've got the bomb still pressed very far forward on Patsy there, up towards the A ramp. You've got Magic's committed in Palace, and Chopper just making sure with Dexter that nobody is flanking. They have 1 smoke and 2 flashes remaining here, but this looks like it's another round that is going to fall flat for Team Spirit.
It's been a lot of those. Anonymo looking to reach 10 rounds. And the wind sails of Team Spirit is truly gone. Patsy starts to run forward, throws the bomb down. Oscar is unchecked at Firebox, spots out Chop, but that bomb is now loose towards ramp. They have no control over it. They're just trying to fight. And when you bring it down to this scrappy affair, Anonymo's setup is good enough to deal with it. No problem. 10 rounds now for Anonymo.
And 4 kills for Innocent. Keep mentioning his name.
15 kills now.
Yeah, he's turned this around. At one point, he was at 2 kills. Now he's at 15, so this impact on the CT side is being felt.
He was 1 in 10 when I called out for his performance to step up. And now look, he is up there with the rest of his team. One of the highest performing players now. It's to go over to that CT side. It's 15 and 17. The only players doing better than him are Vegi and Tudson. Great stuff from Innocent. This is the hero of the Anonymo side. If he can step up and keep this up, well, potentially the comeback could be had here. Mirage could go Anonymo's way. They've got the win in themselves. They've got the momentum with them now. And it has to be broken down by the side of Team Spirit, but it won't be at the start of this round. Vegi's got the advantage.
Yeah, Tudson aggressive with this AWP. How long does he want to stay in this position? Should have a chance on the Siren. Shot will miss and will get away. So crisis averted right there. They are faking B. They've just used all of their utility and they're not committing to the site. Spirit have dropped all the way back with all of their nades deployed. There is no commitment forward. They've drawn the rotation short. Magics will find Innocent looking for a little bit too much info there. So as far as forcing Anonymo to look for a fight, they've been able to get away with that. But a minute left on the clock and it will just have to be these bullets. Under window, Patsy still resides, not really moving from this roost. And they are returning to B, so hoping that indecision will really plague Anonymo here.
Well, this setup at B for the time being should be strong enough to mount a hold. Tudson can't afford to miss. In this competition, Chad, he's had a lot of misses in important moments. Tudson cannot afford to drop the ball here.
How much room is Patsy going to find here? He might be able to tuck his way in towards the jungle position and try and flank on towards B. 30 seconds. He's not going to get spotted from that palace position because Mascarish is pushed in very, very deep. He needs to make a play onto A now to force a rotation. He needs to find a kill. He needs to start running. He needs to get something done. And Patsy, he's glancing the wrong way. Demo gets a freebie. They're going to think this is A, but they're coming in B.
Flash has actually removed Tudson's impact, so the rifle is pretty far back now from Vegi. Tudson with a quick shot out to the right side. Bomb loose. Not enough time for Dexter to win this one. He just needs to stay alive. If he goes down after the time, we'll have $600 in the bank. NHP gets away. Very lucky there to stay up, but Team Spirit, they're not here right now, Chad.
Yeah,
they've disappeared.
Running out of ideas, right? Or it doesn't even feel like they have that much of an idea there. Like, I'm not quite sure what Patsy was going for. Maybe this is the rookie nature of all of this. If he had flanked on towards the B bomb site, even if he takes some traction and action over towards the market position, his attackers from the B apartments would have a good idea of where they need to put those crosshairs. So the pressure's starting to get to them now. They're able to win the force buy in the second round of this half, and that's it. Their first half was fantastic. They put up the blue wall, but right now it's Anonymo's turn. They're drawing this game back in a big way. 12-11 now, just one round game. That is actually the last timeout called from Spirit. They don't have any more timeouts, so they need to get their act together here in how they want to approach this T half. They're not going to have the coach to chip on in after this at all.
Yeah, you do not want to let this go to the decider if you're Spirit. You want to close this now. You want to close this on Mirage, but Anonymo, the mentality, when we came into the second half, you could tell in their faces, didn't look like they were having a great time. It didn't feel like they felt like they win the game. But now, they're going to be fired up. One round away, everything going their way. And they're about to tie things up versus Team Spirit. It's a B quick call. Siren's ahead of the pack. And Sindari has separated them and severed off the support network for Siren. But he's committed forward nonetheless, but commits into the site. Vegi from short, his rifle is good enough to stop them from moving into this one with pace. There's no speed to this now. They've been completely slowed. And the rotations come back in here for Anonymo. The rifles, the AWP, it's all ready to deal with the apartment's play. And Innocent is having an absolute field day, taking headshot after headshot. Magic's left up in the apartments. There's no chance for anything here. Maybe he can get one on the way out with a P250, but the kill is immediately back for Anonymo. They lose a single player on that B rush. And it's 12 rounds to 12. We're tied up again. And Team Spirit, they have to invest. They're going to get the rifles out, but I'm yet to see anything in their gun rounds that inspires me.
Yeah, it's the same story as what happened for Anonymo in the first half. You can see here, this is a perfect little reflection. The bomb was hardly going down, and if the bomb's not going down, it's either going to be saved guns on the T side, which Anonymo didn't do. Team Spirit are, and then what happens to them is they get kind of stuck in this hole because of the lack of loss bonus. So, yeah, they're just not getting enough finances in to keep these rounds threatening. This time round, Spirit are going to get this mid control with 4 players quite fast into Tudson's AW. He has to hit this, and he's just changed away.
Oh, the quick switch might cost him here. Vegi's got one, but look at that. Magic's trying to accelerate up through short and put pressure onto the solo player here because they spotted the open underpass. It's unlikely they have a double setup in B. So now, actually, the rotation from Innocent is so speedy to get back here and help out his teammate. And Innocent has got the pick. The bomb is now loose. Innocent's found another one from the site. And Tudson won't miss this time. It's just Siren left coming through the apartments. Spirit have fallen flat yet again. Siren, it's been good in the series, but won't be able to do much here. Anonymo are into the lead.
I guess they did believe that 4 rounds was going to be more than enough to get them across the line here. 13-12. Who would have thought with how this game started, with how that first half went, with how deflated they looked after that Vertigo loss, a map that they could have won. Oh, they definitely could have won. This is great from Innocent, just responding to every single play that's required of him. And guess what? It has to just be down to these pistols again for Spirit. The only round they were able to win was with the Galils in the second round of play, right? And actually, Anonymo defused under their nose in that round after what was a perfect pistol as well. So it's not like Spirit haven't had their opportunities either. We've been highlighting that both of these teams have had their chances. 3 smokes, 2 flashes, and what could be a B-go here is the idea with this is just showing themselves and dropping back is to bait out utility right now. Soften up one of these sites so that at least it can be fights against just the rifles here. The big snake of orange up towards the B apartment, still top mid, still hanging around as now they start to make their way through the underpass position, but they don't have the weapons for the job. Utility is going to have to land perfectly. Window smoked off, connector smoke deep deployed as well, so trying to grab some control on Spirit.
The reaction from Innocent once being smoked off to window is to quickly reposition back to connector. Gonna go into the fight. Flash was set up by Demo, but Chopper and Patsy have got a couple of kills in the pistols now. Anonymo down to 3 players. They're down in this position. Demo pulls that back though. Swings out short, gets the pick back to Dexter. 40 seconds left. Anonymo, they've still got window and short, but they need to get to the site. Chopper with the bomb on his back. We'll see where he decides to call this one. Magic's been in jungle. If he can find the pick here on Oscarish, maybe something, but they have confirmed his position. Oscarish hasn't been able to pick up the kill, and now swings out Oscarish with the 3K, lines them up, and recovers what could have been a bit messy towards the round there.
Beautiful stuff and getting fired up now. You can see it starting to really believe our Anonymo. 14-12, just 2 more to pick up their map choice to send us to map number 3. Both series to start the day look like they're going to go all the way here if this one continues. Nuke waiting in the wings for that 3rd map, and it didn't look great for Spirit when we covered it off just the other day against Sinners. They were just getting battered and bruised. Window smoke out. Innocent is not going to play ahead of it. He's going to try and set up the boost here, allowing Vega to go up and over in towards that vent room. Tudson's found an opening here with the AWP, and it's on to Dexter, so starting to look good.
Oh, Vega, though, has been traded out very quickly by Patsy. He just sprints up short and is able to take him out. Now Patsy gets in towards window. Innocent has been the master of this position, but is he ready for Patsy to be inside of it? Oh, Patsy swings around, Innocent holding, but oh, it's Innocent that's come out on top of that. Patsy's gone down. Advantage again established here for Anonymo.
Chopper's so low as well, and the bomb is going to be committed towards this A side of the map here. Chopper coming back over to join with Magix, with Siren to try and get something done here. They need a plant desperately.
Holds, opens the round, gets a follow-up in the mid, and Innocent peeks out from the stairway, decapitates Chopper, and Siren in a 1v4 picks up the AWP.
Innocent now has 22 kills.
Incredible.
Think about all the work that
positive.
he's been doing. Yeah, that's wild. From where he started to where he's turned this game around to, Innocent has just been a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, it's not just him as the conversation point. Tudson's now been starting to hit a couple shots in that AWP here. You've had moments from Veggie as well. And what looks so good for Spirit, that first half, it felt like a stroll in the park. It looked like they were just going to walk it in to pick it up to qualify for the major. Well, they've been put on notice. They've been made to work here. This is just going to be a saved AWP. Let them have it. Why not?
Just give them it over. They haven't been able to do anything with the rifles all half, so I'm sure they won't be feeling too worried about it.
They know where it is now.
Yeah.
Just Courage is trying to get there as quick as you like.
I don't think they'll get there in time here.
4, 3, 2, 1, and should be all good. No dramas there. 15 to 12 now.
We talk about Dexter having a fantastic first half. What has he done here? What has he done in the second? Not a whole lot at all, but they throw that all back to him. Maybe this is a round where Dexter can get involved early. That was the fight that Tudson won at the beginning of the last round. Innocent dealing with Patsy. A couple of moments there that could have unraveled, but Anonymo handled it well.
And remember, Spirit used all their timeouts, so they don't have any more to call now that they're at the death knock of this. The coach can't chip in. They can't take time just to get their breath. This is looking great now as Dexter on that boost again is going to peer on over. Sees connector completely clear. It is 2-1-2 setup as connector now has been smoked on off, and Innocent looking to be a nuisance here as he's rotating around. Looks like Spirit have finally decided to take a slow pace on a gun round. I think it might be too little too late in that regard.
Chopper goes down through the underpass to begin his round. His teammates gather at top middle. Sinderi goes down from Innocent to prevent Chopper from walking through the underpass. 1 minute mark on the timer. Yet to really see significant map control and movement from Team Spirit, but here comes some utility in towards middle. To prevent a map 2 loss, Spirit need to pick this one up. Veggie gets in towards ladder room. Team Spirit have made some control, made some headway up towards connector. Oskarish is going to be under pressure first. He will stand strong. Oskarish and Innocent mauling them to pieces. What a comeback this has been for Anonymo, and it's just Magix looking to break them down. 2 picks found, worried about short. Oh, Magix turns for it. Potentially we're not done yet. Magix wants to pull everything he can into this round. 15 seconds left. Bomb in front of him. Position towards CT and Jungler, the remaining Anonymo players, and they do not want to let this one slip. Magix with 5 seconds, it's done. What a comeback, what a resurgence. And Anonymo have got to be feeling good about this now. They head to a 3rd map decider to decide who is going to the major.
I can't believe it. I think Innocent actually ended up with the most kills right there out of everybody in the server. What a turnaround performance from him. The second half stepping up in a massive way, and you can see fired up. Now the deflation has to be felt on the other side. A really good first half coming out of Spirit, but then just the T side, absolutely nothing getting done. And I think we got the Death standing on by to break this one down. So let's send it on over to the experts.
Thank you. Talk about a diesel. Innocent. Oh my god, one of the most horrible T-sides we've seen, I think, from a lot of players in this RMR. And then he drops 23 on CT. Maniac, you couldn't stop gushing about what he did on CT to bring his team back.
Because it's nothing sort of exceptional. That's what he did. That was exceptional. When we hyped that Mirage map, we said, remember Innocent against G2? He had such a great start. That was amazing. He had 2 measly kills on the T side. I thought he was done. Most players would have been done. It is so hard to dig yourself out of that situation. And from the get-go, he was the main engine behind that comeback in Anonymo. He had multi-kills on multi-kills, and he finishes at 25. I am blown away.
Fantastic performance from Innocent. Fantastic performance from Anonymo. You were looking at the body language, you're looking at the players after the first half, and you could quite sense, you know, that the pressure was mounting. They didn't feel that they had any chance whatsoever of getting back into the game, and sometimes you need someone to drag you out of the dust, and Innocent did that. He won a couple of rounds early on by a couple of cool kills, and from there and onwards, the entire team stepped up once again. You could see the players, they were getting hyped up, they were getting passionate, and they started to believe again. And we speak about it so many times, confidence in Counter-Strike, it's worth everything.
Just think about Innocent's journey as well during this RMR. The fact that obviously he's the hero of that win against G2 that we couldn't see come in. Now that huge comeback into Mirage. The fact as well that for a moment in Poland he wasn't exactly in good grace after that move. Yeah. You know, if you remove Snacks, a god amongst gods in Counter-Strike in Poland, not everyone is going to be happy with that. So he's got so much to prove. He's got to put everyone in their places, and he could do so if he qualifies one more map.
Oh, crazy stuff. I mean, wonderful remount from Anonymo, but can we talk a little bit about the collapse of Spirit on their latter half of their T side? They it's like they forgot how to play these rounds, Pimp.
Yeah, completely. They won one round on the T side, and there was even a force buy in the second one. I thought that was it. I thought that was enough for Spirit. Then they went on to lose the second one, and for my money, it was too stressed, right? They wanted to finish the game too early. It felt like they constantly kept putting up the pace and constantly kept rushing, constantly kept being explosive. And fair enough, if you want to try to put it down the throats of Anonymo early on in the game, then do it. But when that doesn't work, you got to take a step back. You got to be able to slow down just a little bit and stop being so one-dimensional. It was a poor T-side, and I said it to you in the green room as well, Matthew. It felt like every single round where they were trying to fast take map control, 3 or 4 players would be down to 50 HP, down to utility, down to smoke spams, and if they would just slow down just a little bit.
Bit stubborn in the approach on the T-side, I'd say.
The gun's on the other shoulder. Before, we were trying to paint the picture of how Anonymo could come back in this series. Now we're going to do the same for Spirit and highlight a couple of things that they did well when it was still going well. Notably, that last round in the first half you wanted to take a look at.
Yes, because if we're looking at round 15, it has Spirit all over it. It's Anonymo fumbling the bag a little bit in that B-take. You'll see here that Molotov doesn't hit the mark. It's supposed to be on Siren, who does a beautiful, fantastic job to clean up the B-side. It's kind of a little bit of a pattern with Anonymo whenever they find themselves in a complicated situation to...
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Eat faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just picking up daisies. Got one too many quarters in my pocket. Counting like the 4-leaf clovers in my locket. Untied laces, yeah. Just tripping on daydreams. Got dirty little lullabies playing on repeat. Might as well just ride around the nursery and count sheep.
Say I'm good-hearted, but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target. Nah, nah. kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. They say I'm dangerous 'cause I broke all their cages. No, I will sit and take it. No, no. They left me for dead, I guess I'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run.
We gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction, 'cause they know Brit and Mo. I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham. This ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey, we gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night.
You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, 'cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment, cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption.
One's a company, two's a crowd, three's a party coming, move around like fresh brush when the school is out, when the booze is up, when the sun is down. Enjoy the ride, get some pillows in the Chevy. Just like a darling, low hitting heavy. Take your time, let me know when you're ready. Couple months I've been messing with you steady. Open for plans tonight. Lost in the afterglow. Oh, girl, your love for me keeps calling me, so I'm calling you. Lord, give me life to find. I long for your company. Oh, girl, your love for me is a part of me, my biology. It won't be over till the fat lady sings. I owe you a trip, cause me and you, we got a thing. My sunshine, I stay hair curly like a string. Just a big ol' ooh, smile, that's about all you gotta bring. So enjoy the ride, got some pillows in the Chevy. Just like a darling, loaded and heavy. Take your time, let me know when you're ready. Couple months I've been messing with you steady. Open for plans tonight. Lost in the afterglow. Oh, girl, your love for me keeps calling me, so I'm calling you. Lord, give me life to find. I long for your company. Oh, girl, your love for me is a part of me, my biology. Самолет несет меня, будто в кулаке зажав великан. В иллюминаторе земля. Самолет несет меня, большой стальной великан. В иллюминаторе земля. Open for plans tonight. Lost in the afterglow. Oh, girl, your love for me keeps calling me, so I'm calling you. Lord, give me life to find. I long for your company. Oh, girl, your love for me is a part of me, my biology.
Day breaks and I'm burned by the morning light. I make the same mistake more than twice. Same song, but brand new dance. I wear out my third second chance. You take my breath and I can't get it back. Might be time for me to face the facts. The best me is with you, but I know I got a lot to prove. They think we're too damaged to feel. us, but we're just working through a little rust. They like to say we're just young, but I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side. You and I break our hearts open in half just to see if we'll put them back. No matter what they try, I'll stay by your side. It's you and I. It's you and I. Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony. Denim jeans, broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket.
Lils, some AKs, a scout is going to be in the hands of Dexter. Their buy is looking extremely potent here up against Anonymo, who, look, they have an MP9 for Innocent, but the rest have opted to go for these M4s. So as far as it goes, it's basically a gun round in the second round of the game.
And I'm pretty sure Anonymo were realizing the fact that Team Spirit are going to get the forward buy in, so investing into the rifles instead of the SMGs to just give them that chance to not get bitten back here. Veggie going for a long sprint in the door. Ooh, not coming away with a pick there, but it is an upgraded weapon for Innocent.
Yeah, we know how difficult it is, though, for Team Spirit, especially in that Sinners matchup, to find openings. So now that they've gotten one this early, almost gifted on over there by Veggie's fight that he was looking for. Can they convert in a number advantage scenario? Dexter's found another one back, so a 3-on-5. The Scout finding success towards Yard, stepping on through. Magics will take down Innocent, and this one here is crumbling for Anonymo.
Tudson's only found one back, but he has to hold strong. He has to set up Demo for the flank around the backside. It's another one from Tudson, and Demo has seen them come through the door. Tudson has a bit of time to react to this, and Demo, he's on the flank. And finally, Dexter turns. That was around in the palm of his hand, and Tudson does everything he can. He brings down 4 players. If just one had been found on the flank, that would have been the recovery for Anonymo, but Dexter turns and breaks it down.
Oh, that could have been huge. You can see he was biding the time to make sure you get a multi-kill, and you can understand why. They were in such a number disadvantage situation right there. Great stuff from Tudson. Really good work, just isolating all of these fights with the Silence 10-4 at the back of the site. But that turn to take the fight towards Squeaky was absolutely everything. Anonymo are going to buy back in. They're going to give it their best crack, but there's pales in comparison to what Team Spirit were just able to bring out. Skarish has pushed up nice and close. Will they account for him? Maybe not, with Tudson up and over the top, trying to find some damage and done. Patsy gets one. Innocent finding Magics elsewhere, and this round is on.
Fakey needs to step up with the D. First shot, nowhere near the head. So Tetris needs to make it happen. Needs the D to land a few shots. He's trying to draw them into the fight. They will come to fight him, and that sets up Innocent with a distraction to take one. But Siren doubling up with the rifle, making some space here for Team Spirit, forcing them away from the site itself. Demo is up in heaven.
Well, they know where both players are now. Scout was noted towards main, Deagle towards the heavens. Now Siren is going to plant safe side. We'll get that bomb down, the flash forward. It enables the pick, but Chopper not blind will take the head off of Demo right there, and I'm sure that Tudson just wants to hold on to this Scout now. Follow up here after the force by win from Spirit, looking good now. May even get themselves a 3-1 scoreline out of this as Tudson is spotted up, shot in the side. The Silence 10-4 of Chopper gets it done and takes away every last little lick of a weapon there that Anonymo were hoping to carry forward. If you take a little bit of a look at Anonymo on Nuke in recent times, it hasn't been great. Their most recent game against 0-0 Prospects was a win, but before that they had a 3-map loss streak to Cova, Trick, and Copenhagen Flames. And the Copenhagen Flames game was a 16-0. So that one ain't a scoreline that anybody wants to be taking too much of a look at. This is just going to be the Pistols now. USPs aplenty. In towards the top side, Magix goes. How many can he get right here? Well, maybe Siren will snatch him away first. Patsy, Siren, Dexter, they're doing all the dancing right now as that Mac 10 for Magix is still looking for something. It was invested. They want the cash money, and shot in the back of the head. He's actually the first to fall. Veggie going to go down. Long for this world, does get a dink on off, but converted 3-1 for Spirit. Good start for them now. Night and day already from what we saw from them against Sinners just the other day. We do still have that B stream going on as well. Bad News Eagles versus Sinners taking place on Inferno. You can see the scoreline in the top right of your screen. 9-6 at the first half in favor of Sinners.
When we talked about the fact that Team Spirit really struggled to get rounds on the T side, well, they've been given 3 here already, right from the get-go.
We'll focus on these openings, right? If they're able to find these openings still, then it will just be a whole different game in itself. And Patsy was dealt with. Remember Zedko? Remember how much of a nuisance he was? Had like 17 kills in like, I guess like the first like 7 or 8 rounds. He was absolutely sitting on a heater here.
Yeah, if I'm Anonymo, I look back at that and see if we can sort of replicate some of the moves he was getting away with, because they were just unbeatable. Team Spirit couldn't get the answer to him. Oscarish will be the outside player, but playing nowhere near as disruptive. That gives a bit of map control to play with here for Team Spirit. Oscarish giving them that control, giving them that respect. At the start of this gun round, Anonymo start to look towards ramp, 2 players over there, but they're leaving themselves open with every option still available. Utility begins to trickle towards outside. Oscarish tapping the warehouse, and Chopper getting caught by Tudson. So that is Chopper out. Advantage sides with Anonymo. So the first opening goes in favor of the Poles, but Siren's been able to pull it back quite quickly, and with how quick that trade has come in, Team Spirit obviously still in here with a chance.
No, Innocent could get caught in transition here. You can see him floating with the idea of pushing on up. It has to do with ramp as well. Too many angles, too many avenues of assault for Innocent right now.
Innocent gets under the rafters now. Positions himself deep into the side, but Patsy's coming down. Patsy's coming down from decon though. That should be the death sentence. It's actually Magix that got away with it. 3v3 treading out efficiently here on the side of Team Spirit. Anonymo starting to bring themselves down into the lowest side. They realize this has to be a retake. AK going to be picked up and collected. Magix plays in the back of the B side itself. Peek out Khalil. Straight away onto Oscar. Such a powerful position here.
I think they want to save this. Look, they're just hanging around to see if they can find this fight. There's no kit to go back for this retake right here, and giving everything up all for naught would not be the correct decision to make. So another one here for Team Spirit. Get themselves a gun round here, and I think Siren just looking to see if he can find himself something a little bit better than a Galil, but that might be the best he can carry forward. Magix gets himself an upgrade and might even be able to take a scalp or 2. Looking to survive in the bomb site. Fantastic bomb radius here, just standing at ramp and takes all of about 10 damage. So not a whole lot to worry about for poor Magix. Doesn't even have to exit the bomb site. That is going to be 4 consecutive rounds now. Osborne is starting to build over there for Anonymo. They could drop M4s. Well, 1 M4 and a Famous for Veggie, because he already invested. Don't be that teammate, guys. Don't be that guy who just buys a bit of utility. I'm looking at you, Rush the Ranger.
I also gonna do that, Chad.
Well, you got to make sure you look at the money situation first, because now with the cheaper M4, you can always drop one, but they're going to go with just the 2 saved guns and some upgraded pistols. Anonymo, they need something, and they need it now.
Well, Veggie is pushed in towards Hut. It's come away with the first pick, and Veggie, he actually gets away with it. So, opening goes in the way of Anonymo.
Using these save guns well, right? Now you can reposition. Now you can try and play out the number advantage. Or you can keep these rifles active, playing in tandem, seeing if you can grab one back. Patsy puts a couple bullets near the side of the head of Magix there, just to clear on out close. And they're working towards ramp, where it is just demo here on this 5-7. He is on an island. He has no support. So 1 kill if they come his... Wow, never mind. They don't have to come his way. He will call out that util. It's all a bit of a fake right now as they're coming back in towards top. Innocent's turn.
Oh, Innocent.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's going to get chased down. Patsy will take out Innocent. So we're back at the 4v4. But
Demo's so noisy, man.
Yeah, you use the big boots, man. They're going to make some noise. He has to drop away.
He's still here. He might be able to shut this down at Squeaky Tudson as well.
Hudson. AK needs to sing. He's to sing the song of death. And it's his own song of death because he's out of the round. Patsy quick to the headshot. Veggie sits at the back of the site and they start to run him down. They're going to fight from the left side. It's 1 for Veggie. Couldn't quite double up, but still damage has been done onto 2, and so the D becomes a bit more potent even to the body. Squish gets shredded. Magix will not miss those too often. And Demo now under half HP will begin to come back from ramp. All the way towards main on the wrap around. 5-7 in hand. There's a better gun down in front of him, but not going to be getting it. So
Look at that rusty knife.
It is rusty, isn't
Rusty looking bloody Karamba right there.
If you get stabbed by that, man, well,
you
first
need a
of all,
tetanus shot.
You need a tetanus shot if you don't die.
Yeah, so you're probably dying and you have tetanus. Either way, I don't think it really matters here as we get to see him just traverse the whole map here. At ramp, pushed up into radio, drops on back, walks around main, comes all the way around towards T-spawn and might have a kill or two right here. Chopper says no, 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 grabs the 5th round, and Spirit, this is the best they would have looked since the start of Vertigo. Remember how they started Vertigo? It was looking tidy, they were making some good reads, some good calls. They're able to punish the buys of Anonymo, and then they turned into some faster Counter-Strike, and that's where the game really heated up, and we found ourselves 16-14 all the way. So let's see what type of calling comes out from Chopper on a map like this, because it's been a little bit slower so far. Yeah, this has definitely been a little bit more considered, though, from him. As a timeout now called from Anonymo before they get the guns back through. An AWP in play for Tudson. The rifle's out for everybody else, so it is a full buy. An opportunity to try and get themselves back into this game. Now, this isn't like Mirage. On the T side of Mirage, it was their map choice, and they were struggling, and they get 11-4. And then they get to go to the CT side, and they get to bring it back on their map choice and have confidence in their CT setups and their individuals like Innocent coming alive. This is the CT side of Nuke first. The T side not going to get any easier.
Yeah, and you've given 5 up already. The best they can get out of this is a 10-5 half. See if they can muster close to that at least. Tudson opens things up with Dexter's life going the way of his AWP.
He's been getting better and better touch since the series heats up, and Veggie just straight on in, takes down Patsy, down the Ven he goes, and wants to poke his head up for some more. This time round for Anonymo, they find the kills necessary to lock this one out. Chopper from top silo, can't get anything done. It's just Magix over towards Squeaky, the last man standing. And this is more of what we remember against Sinners. Just getting obliterated, not getting a pick, not getting an opportunity. Having to sit on back and just twiddle their thumbs.
Difference was that happened every round. We'll see if Team Spirit go down in a similar fashion in the next. They have a lot of money here, so their buy is going to be good nonetheless. Siren's the only player that doesn't have a lot of cash. A good buy. And for Anonymo, it's fantastic they win it in this fashion as well, Jack. Imagine if they lose 3 players or 3 or 4 players. You go into this round, next round, you try and buy. You're not going to have enough to get a good buyout, and Team Spirit will immediately have a purchase, even if you win the round. So
yeah, they're still in that rough spot, right?
Keep it clean.
This is one of the pivot points in a game here. And it's just with the finances, which makes it a little bit more boring because we don't all want to be accountants, but it is very important to keep that in mind. Magix will have just been spotted there, so they still know he's over towards lobby looking for a kill or two. But you bang on, right? Because if Anonymo aren't able to put consecutive rounds together, it becomes extremely worrying. And I think that Magix wants to get away with this AWP. He doesn't really need it. They have so much money right now. It's just Siren who's going to be a little bit hit and miss in that regard. He will scoop it up. Get plenty of guns dropped across, no dramas to make the buy work into next for Siren. Dexter will get his AWP, and well, the round will come to its logical conclusion. So this time around, a much better look from Anonymo here, but this is the beginning of something. We've already seen them be able to come back into a game, but the comeback needs to begin now.
Really does. We can see another round like that. Ooh, that gets exciting. Also gets a little worrying, because Spirit obviously showed us that they can sometimes go missing on the T side. 5 already picked up. They've got to feel good about it. They can snap back right into a round win here. It's going to be scary times for Anonymo. Utility heading towards outside for Team Spirit. Quickly, look at that. Smoke wall already up. Door blasted open. And Magix in the fire, tickled and forced away.
Yeah, very deep incendiary drop there. You can see the smoke wall that's lobbed on out.
It's a lot of smokes.
Yeah, that's combining with a CT smoke, I think it was, close towards red. Unless it's all T smokes.
It's all T smokes.
It's all T smokes? They've dropped 4 smokes just to get the secret control. Okay.
I think they messed one smoke up and then had to use another.
Oh dear. Well, you never love to see it go down that way. So 1 remaining right now for the side of Team Spirit, but they do have the control of secret with 1 man and 1 man only. It's Patsy down towards the lower side of things. Currently denied by some smokes, but could come back on up because it's looking like they want to go for a bit of a top play. They're hoping with this misdirection that has been allowed that the push from the CTs would be in towards lobby right here, right now. Not a whole lot of anything going on. It's just hitting the brakes, taking their time. Very deep smoke there for Magix. I think he was concerned that there might have been a gap with how deep that one did land.
Selecting which utility piece he wants here, Innocent. Better not be a scroll wheel selector of utility. Flash starts to go in through the skylight, but 30 seconds remain. Team Spirit starts to run towards the ramp. Perhaps trying to split with Patsy, who plays towards Secret early. Trying to get down ramp, and Magix is actually taking away Innocent's life. Missed shot from Tudson. Has to alleviate position. This is starting to get a bit worrying now for Anonymo. Another player. Oh, a follow. Goes down, it's Veggie on the lower side, and Dexter just adding to the tally here for Team Spirit. Has to be a save call.
Yeah, that was really well done. There was no information whatsoever from Anonymo, right? They didn't take the fight at Secret at all, so they weren't sure how many players were there. Then once the top pop comes on in, there's a lot of utility to make that one look threatening. And then they're able to find the gap towards ramp, because I think Veggie wants to get in the vent to make sure he can rotate top as quick as you like. And once they rotated the second man back from ramp to try and bolster the defenses towards that top side, you can see Tudson had to just sit and wait behind a Molotov. That meant he couldn't pick wide and take some more advantageous fights for him. So well handled, just really pulling them around the map here, Spirit. These saves are essential right now. And make sure that Anonymo gets the purchase into the next, which they should be able to do without too many qualms. But needing to think late game right now for Anonymo, and it's still early. This is the thing, right? They're playing for future rounds at the moment. Maybe having to go out and seek for those fights again. This is a chance for Anonymo to take a timeout. Their second being called right now. They need to go look for a kill or two, or see if they could just put a number disadvantage for Spirit, because if that's the way Spirit want to approach the game, you can only really get away with that when you have 5 players alive, right? If you're down in a number disadvantage situation, it's not going to be anywhere near as scary. When they fake out the top pop, it's not going to draw all those rotations, draw all the eyes. You're not worried about the onslaught that's coming your way. You think your teammates in the top site can handle, you know, those fights with lesser members.
Trying to see more on that frustrated look on the faces of Anonymo that we've seen earlier on. They have seen that comebacks can happen, and they've seen that they have the goods to do it. So the belief system is put in place, and now they just need to pull it off. Team Spirit will be happy with the start they've got already, but they want to try and squeeze as much out of this as they possibly can. Innocent plays up on top of the site itself. They're going with this one, Team Spirit. They're charging out. Siren straight away takes out Innocent, who tried to descend from the upper position into the back of the site, but it's just been taken out. And Veggie on the smoke fadeaway has been spotted and watched by Chopper. And just like that, Team Spirit straight away with 2 kills. And the round's done.
Yeah, I have to go for another bit of a save here.
Save time.
Yeah, everywhere, Jame time, and he's not even in the server right now. So
living on.
What are you meant to do, though, right? If you can't win out those early exchanges and they just get on in, you can't risk giving it all up. You haven't even done any damage. Like, Siren's the lowest player here, and he has 83 points of health. It's very, very easy now for Spirit to just confirm this 7th round. And I don't think Chopper even needs to call for the hunt, right? You know that they're in this cycle right now where a couple of guns saved is going to mean a full buy into the next, but you're getting away with whatever you want, right? If they're going to play the gun rounds out in this fashion, it's all good. Yeah, that's all good. We can keep beating this. We are. Go off. Round to be secured, and this is looking fantastic now. Now, is this the point of where Chopper just starts calling outside the box? Are we gonna go back to Vertigo, you know? And then Anonymo come back into it. It turns it into another full affair of the 30. The dirty 30.
T rounds sometimes can be mesmerizing, but right now I feel like he's got to learn from the Vertigo matchup. When it's going right, just keep going. You know, there's nothing here to change up too much. Wait till Anonymo shows signs of adaptation. Maybe they found the answer to it. Tudson is going to go aggressive this time. He's taking up position in ramp and looking to try and catch them out early, but Team Spirit, they look to try and play with a bit of pace behind this again.
Oh,
Chopper's been taken down, he's missed his chance, and they're now going. Spirit are going already. They're in the side already, and they've taken out Veggie from the round.
This time they've done a bit more damage here, and they have U2 to play for this retake here. Bunch of smokes, couple of flashes.
Oh,
no.
Dexter was holding up from the top of the ladder, and that's going to be the pick down onto Tudson.
Save again.
And the save call made again. Oh, this is rough. If you keep saving 3 players, yes, you'll be able to keep buying, but look at the money for Team Spirit.
Yeah, it has to change, right? They can probably have one more round like this, and then after that, it needs to change from Anonymo, because you can only play for future rounds so often, because those future rounds aren't going to exist in too much time, right? You need to give yourself opportunities into that second half. It is frustrating. It is hard to stomach. But it's the right call to make just now. But it might even be after this round that it begins, because Spirit have won out the half now. 8 are confirmed. There's 6 rounds to the good. And you know how much this one is going to hurt for Anonymo as well when they consider how close they were on Vertigo. Imagine getting blown out right here, right now, knowing that Vertigo could have been yours. You could have won on your map choice.
So the heartbreak from Group A of Europe was obviously Saw. But the heartbreak in this group might just be for Anonymo.
Just with the opponents, right? Maybe not in the same way of James getting that last second
that-
0.02
That's
second
emotional
defuse.
damage right there.
Yeah, you won't walk away from that one here, but more so because Anonymo have had a harder run. They've played against bigger and better teams, but at the same time, if you can't beat Spirit, then maybe, just maybe, that's the way the cookie should crumble.
In times like this, though, you really do get to see whether or not they have that championship mentality. They showed a comeback round 2, and they dig deep again. 8-2 start here for Team Spirit. Update with the V-Stream on your screen now.
Ooh,
12
close
to
one
11.
over there.
Very close. Sinners up by 1 round. It's quick here again from Team Spirit. Pace and big ball over the recent round, and Patsy straight away has the opening of the round here for Team Spirit, and they're quick about it. Demo is taking out Magic's. Tudson's down in the vent, but Veggie once again is out without doing much.
Chopper's already around to heaven here. Like,
It's so strong, and he's ready for the pick. Demo considered it, but loses out the fight.
I don't think you can save now, can you? Look at the position of Innocent and Tudson. Tudson down towards the lower side of things, Innocent towards that CT event, and they were peppering towards that top side. They were getting over those top players, and now they completely changed the tune. They go quick towards Yard. They swell quite quickly towards that heaven and hell position. Innocent is going to get one back. Chopper is on half HP. The same to be sent for Dexter here. Tudson's trying to put himself in the play. He knows he has to. They know where both players are, however.
There has to be some mega step up here, but the problem is they've spotted the gap. Chopper's away down to the B site. Gonna call for the rest of his teammates to join him back in from ramp. Smoke goes down to the decon door. Quick rotation down here for Anonymo. Close, and a headshot for Chopper. Right through the brain of Tudson. It's now just Innocent left.
Has to go for this.
He has to. You have to attempt it. But winning the round, it still feels unlikely. But let's see if Innocent can power himself up. Chopper holds the right-sided peak. Innocent goes into it, and the first obstacle is too much to get past Chopper with the headshot. 9 rounds now for Spirit.
That was a good adjustment on the call right there, right? Because they had made them think that we have to play heavier top. We have to shut down these top plays. So you put more bodies in position to deal with that, and then Heaven becomes extremely susceptible. They just fly around outside. They get the opening kill. They surge forward. They swell towards that Heaven and Hell position. They stifle the CTs who don't think they can go forward. They can't go backwards. They lose out on the fights. At least they can buy again. Purchases are coming on through again for a perfect buy. Util's there, kits are there, and now it could just be back towards A. Squeaky blown on open, and Dexter just swings it wide, says hello, Veggie, and grabs them another opener here. Could be 10 rounds on the T side of Nuke for Spirit if they can convert this one.
Well, Patsy does very well. Follow up on that again. Anonymo have not been in this. They have not been able to compete in the early rounds. It's actually what we talked about as potentially a weakness for Team Spirit is being the opposite. It's been a weakness for Anonymo. They haven't been able to get openings too often, and when they do, they don't exactly maintain them. The trade for Team Spirit has been good. And now when you're when you're 5v3 up, you can play wherever you want. You're going to be the numbers advantage. You can then just take your time, place utility. No sweat on your brow on this one. Innocent's going to try and make you sweat towards the back of the site. He's only managed one. Flicks out to try and take down the second. Does soften him up and allows Demo that peek out to confirm the kill back, but still the advantage here for Team Spirit.
These rounds just seem so insurmountable. Like, how are you meant to get back in? The flash, you're not going to play off of it. They all just get to sit and linger. You've got 2 players up towards Heaven now. They're still in towards that top side. The bomb is surely going to get planted any second. It will go down. They're out of util at least to crowd control, right? They have the flashes here on Dexter. There's a flash on the other side that you've just mentioned, and how are you meant to get back into it? We have to find 3 targets. The bomb's already been planted now for about 10 seconds.
You just have to go.
And you can't, though.
Yeah, it's so rough. Like, you just had to go and fight, but you can't really get into position to do so. It's a frustrating game here for Anonymo. And this is not the way they would want to go out of contention, but here they go. In towards the Heaven Peak. Chopper gets the double kill. 10 rounds picked up for Spirit. Well, fist bumps is there just systematically destroying the Polish side of Anonymo now. And the buy will start to come through again. We look at Anonymo, it's
whatever they can buy. Yeah, whatever they can buy. Just purchase in. Just purchase in every round from here on out. You've already lost 10 to the T side of Spirit. And look at this. Look how patchy it was. They win the pistol, they lose the force. And that's about it. That is really about it. They do not have a lot to write home about now. The only round that they were able to pick on up with the guns, they found just opener after opener. This is looking really good for Spirit now. And this conversation goes one of two ways, right? It's hard to get excited for Anonymo when they're not even like they're in any of these rounds. Every single early fight that they lose is putting them one step closer to losing this series. You got Askarish now outside behind the smokes. That means there's only one way that you can look at this. Spirit, fantastic performance for them. Just putting up absolute numbers, ripping this away from the Polish side of things. Team Spirit, 6 rounds away now from locking themselves in for that major. What a miraculous performance this has been. How much more punishment can they dish on out here? They want to deny Anonymo any hope whatsoever. By getting yourself a 13-2 scoreline on the T half would do exactly that. You would shatter the hopes and dreams of many Polish fans around the world here. Anonymo, there's no way that they can come back from a scoreline like that. You give them 5, maybe you let them feel that they can live for a little bit longer. This yard control has been taken. Window, main, smoked off. Chopper over towards Secret now as well. Veggie to deal with this, and Patsy, he will consider before going on through. The pressure is over towards Ramp, however.
Slowly towards Hell. Those 5 that they needed to have, they need to start now. But Siren takes down Demo and Tutson. Oscar is trying to get around the backside, but it's even being held, and Dexter's got that to Spirit. Commit down into Vegu, gets a double, but they're ready for the rest, and Team Spirit will take 11 rounds. It's feeling like this is the end for Anonymo. It really does.
Yeah, they have to buy again. Every round now, max loss bonus 3,400. Whatever kills you get, going to give you residual cash, but you just have to keep buying. You've got to keep purchasing. You have to make these hobbled buys work. It's so difficult now to see how they could possibly get back into this. What a deflating way to end their run here for Anonymo, but for Spirit, this is good signs, right? They're showing some competency.
Yeah, it didn't look that great when we first seen them here on the T side.
Not at all.
But this is different. This is an antithesis of their performance. And now they're out. Innocent plays on top. But look at the speed. Look at the kills. No one's even standing tall for Anonymo. Nothing's connecting. It's round after round just getting destroyed. And it's looking like Team Spirit taking a 13-2 half at this point.
Yeah, this is the deflated look that Anonymo came across when they were against Ents. They were just getting beat. And I think they knew they were just getting beat, that there was nothing that they could do. The coach can't take a timeout. There's nothing that they can say. There's not a conversation that they can have. This one is...
Dexter and Chopper at max money. Just kind of like everything you're seeing right now tells you exactly how this game is panned out without even providing context to it. It has been that one-sided. It has just been an absolute battering of Anonymo on the final map. And it is sad to see because we have that big comeback over on Mirage. Anonymo pulled all the way back. Should inspire you with hope. But perhaps they can do it, perhaps they can qualify for the major, but Team Spirit have come out with this performance, you've got to hand it to them. Team Spirit, this is an incredible showing so far.
Things going to get harder for any of the teams qualifying for the major in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to have the Challenger stage into the Legend stage, and of course that Championship bracket to bring you the playoffs. 4 days, 4 days, and 4 days of action as we get into a bit of a lobby crunch. This is the best that they could hope for right now to take the fight to Team Spirit. The kills are coming their way. Veggie's got a couple. Demo there as well into Magix, and it is just Patsy left in 1-on-3, but Patsy could ruin everything. What looked good for a moment is already a 1-on-1.
Not their 3rd round. Everything looked good and pointed towards 3-10 to half, but Innocent looking to stop it.
Oh, Patsy closes it with 1 bullet, and you can see the little smirk as he knows what he's just done. That round should be enough now to nail into the coffin of Anonymo.
Yeah, they have to be crushed. They just have to be absolutely crushed here.
Yeah, you can just see the energy is non-existent there for Anonymo.
And how could it be?
Yeah,
it's the CT side. What can you do now? What can you do right now?
Yeah, you look at performance so far from Anonymo. They have shown strong signs, at least in the openings, but it looks like their run will come to a close. The hands of Team Spirit, who are coming back with the new roster. I think mainly the narrative with this team is it's just worse, right? That a lot of people thought about that just being a worse team than they had the last time out at the majors.
Yeah, not having Mir is a massive blow, but obviously there's a reason he's no longer in this team.
And Sam Young, of course, not with them at the moment either. So, yeah, this Team Spirit side, they've got to do it with some youngsters, and I think they've done a pretty good job. It's going to be a pistol here from Anonymo. See if they can get a decent start into it. It is Dexter taking the first kill onto Tudson. And while it's just falling apart already, Team Spirit cleaning it up. Just one player left of Innocent. He goes down as well. 14 rounds for Team Spirit. It's a formality at this point to close out the map in the series and lock themselves in for the major.
It truly is. It truly is. I like the reserve nature from Anonymo, not just a force buy here. I actually respect that. The fact that they are still going to either go by a game plan or at least they're allowing the in-game leader to call out this next round of play. But here's the deal. If they eco now, they're going to bring out the AKs into the next. They've taken their final timeout, the final chance. The coach can try and fire up the troops to get them something. But can you imagine the type of comeback that's going to be necessary here? If they take the full save, they will be conceding 15. The scoreline will be 15-2. They will need to win 13 consecutive rounds to get this into overtime. That is just to get to overtime. And the deflated look, you can understand why. What are you meant to do right now? You've had your chances. You've had your opportunities. Anonymo started off this event with an upset over G2.
And we're so close to closing Vertigo. On the opening of this series, they closed Mirage. This could have been a 2-0 for the Polish team. But when you miss up opportunities, when you miss the little details that we've seen so many times from them versus Ents, where they could have made it competitive, now versus Team Spirit in the Deciders matchup, those details make the difference in Counter-Strike, and Team Spirit have just been better at it today.
They've actually taken the save. I thought that maybe they would decide to just go for the force and get it over with here, but still sticking to their guns here and just absolute mincemeat. Dexter lines them up, knocks them down. Eco bash ace. If it wasn't bad, it's really rough out there now.
Dexter, that is so clean. You know, it is against pistols, but it's just so clean on the closer. But this was all about the timeout. The timeout was used up to get something going in this round. The first step of at least making the scoreline respectable on the way out. A bit more server time here for Anonymo, but Team Spirit should be moments away from qualifying for the major in Antwerp. Utility is quick here for Anonymo. They've got Oscarich down the vent. He's got his teammate beside him. They've slipped the net and got down B here.
Maybe a plant. No rotation B just yet. There's a kill too.
Yeah, Siren's gone down here. Magix rotates down now, but the bomb's already down. 2 players in the site here for Anonymo. 3 upper.
Could be an extension of play here. Could be the third round for Anonymo. I think that maybe even Spirit were just... Yeah, I think Spirit have already called it off. Spirit are already saving. So they do get their third round. But this would be the beginning of one of the craziest comebacks that I think that I would have ever witnessed in all my years watching CS. I've been watching CS since 2004. So...
quite a while, Chad.
Quite a while.
This could be the historic moment. Well, Patsy has been found. Magix and Dexter. Sending rifles on over, even on the way out. Tudson just go down, and he doesn't have a whole lot of cash, actually, so buy is going to be thrown over to him, I'm sure.
Well, they can drop 2 guns over there for Spirit as well. Dexter can get out the AWP here. Able to drop 2 M4s across, their buy is going to be fine. But that is the beginning of what is no easy feat. Absolutely no easy feat. And look, the only way that I think that this even starts to become a game is if Anonymo can string a few together, then Spirit, you know, they have a couple of blunders and Spirit start getting in their head. But when you have such a lead like this, you wonder how it could be possible. Even just starting to think about running back 13, now 12 consecutive rounds, it would be wild. Well, here's a chance. There's another opening kill. Patsy's dead. 4v5 again.
Patsy has cleaned it up nicely. Siren going to dive down in towards hut. Demo with 1. Siren trading it out. Still looking good for Anonymo, but it's pulled back now. Magix is kill, but Anonymo spot everything. It is Dexter down at 24 HP. He's going to save the AWP. And another round for Anonymo.
Okay, 2 consecutive. Better than they were able to do over there on that first half. So, round after round, we will see how far they can truly push the issue here. If you're curious about how it's going over there on the secondary stream, 14-14 seems like a bit of a barn burner for them.
Yep. Looks like that one is truly hotly contested between the Sinners and the Bad News Eagles. Sinners are pulled away to 14 rounds. Bad News Eagles staying in it, showing tenacity and grit, determination to stay in their competitive spot. I think a lot of fans, very passionate fans, backing the side of Bad News Eagles today to make their way to the major. Bomb will go off here in our series as Anonymo now take 2 rounds in a row. Dexter did save the AWP. Chance here for a few more rounds for Anonymo to be picked up. Turn to the action in just a moment.
Curious to see if they do want to go for the buy around Dexter here.
Should be a tactical timeout here for Team Spirit. Just taking the time over this one, mulling over what is possible to get into this next round. What can they pull through? Can they close it now? And through the heads of Anonymo, I think right now, probably racing through the heads is the run they've had here at the event, all their big performances, or maybe even the details they missed out on and how many chances they had. But it is a tough situation to be in. Over on the other side of things, the secondary stream seems to be heating up.
It's quite lively over there, isn't it?
We have got Bad News Eagles pulling ahead. If you want to catch that action, that's on PGL_CSGO. You can actually watch it in the multi-view as well now, Chad, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a couple of nice little features here to get tested and ready and raring to, I think, unveil in its full force for the major.
Well, we're back into the action. Here is the round for Team Spirit. It's pistols around that of the saved AWP of Dexter. And he's actually decided he wants to position himself in hut for this round. Veggie takes the first kill. They pushed into the lobby here, Team Spirit. The USP, or rather 5-7, has moved its way forward.
He's hearing a lot here, Siren.
He is. He's hearing a lot, indeed. Oh, he gets into the fight. Demo beats him out. 2 kills now for Anonymo.
Oh, Dexter would have to be an absolute hero with this AWP, wouldn't he? Has a chance now. Oof, okay, he doesn't need to take the chance. Magic's will. It's the USP striking, and that's a deep smoke. Magic's like to be able to push on in here and pick up that gun. Okay, starting to piece something together right now.
Yeah, this could be a chance for Team Spirit to close it out. Magic's had that opportunity, but gets caught. Demo removes his head. Now Dexter goes forward into the fire and flames. He will come out alive. When Chopper, USP in hand, really shouldn't be doing too much against the Rifle of Innocent. Trying to just be
kept it busy.
Bit of a weasel, isn't he? He does get away. Dexter's down the vent too. Chopper's joining him. He's got a 5-7. Dexter's going to hear the plant on the site. Can't swing out to deal with it. Control room window's not broken. Chopper's from decon. The door is smoked for the time being. How do you get into this? Look at the angles being held on the T side. Flash needs to be set up perfectly. Swing out. It is. But Demo hits the headshot. Dexter can't really get into a position to compete here. Door is wide open, shot, they know I have pinned. Tudson runs into him with the AWP trying to take him out, goes for the knife! Oh, I love that from Tudson, but hasn't worked out.
Yeah, look, why not? Why not give it a crack like this? You knew that he was going to be going down with the ship right there. It's a nice little attempt, but not to make the most out of that saved AWP just yet. A couple of kills, sure. But this matter of time game now, well, it's now a 15-5 scoreline.
Here's another buy for Team Spirit.
Yeah, no AWP for Dexter this time.
No. But rifles out. Proficient enough on that, Dexter. Chopper gets into the vent immediately. Smoke's being set up for Anonymo. Have one outside. Actually got to play with that first smoke. In fact, and way out towards red. Chopper, this is why he got down the vent early. So he could go for that secret peek and has come out with the first kill of the round. So advantage siding with Team Spirit now and Anonymo. To stay alive, they've got to play out of 4v5.
Looks like a top split here. Veggie's going to throw a lot of utility from the roost. They need to make this action work in through main.
Squish plays in the smoke. It's Demo that's found the pick back. So we're again at the 4v4.
Patsy's going to be in the open here when the smoke fades.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Patsy to really make something happen. Oh, he still gets away with a pick. Oscarish should have had him dead to rights easily there. That one kill might make the difference. Magic's coming up towards Heaven. As soon as he arrives at the top of the ladder, the molly goes down and makes it uncomfortable, so he can't stick around with 2 up there. And Tudson, Chopper coming up the vent, trying to apply some pressure onto the AWP. Just running up and down the ladder, trying to pull the distraction. Magic's able to come through, but it's Chopper and him both going down, and Dexter unable to close it. 6 rounds now for Anonymo.
Okay. Well, they're battling back in. They're not giving up hope yet. Round after round. Maybe there is a little bit left in the tank here.
Look at the buy here for the side of Team Spirit, but Bad News Eagles have taken the victory over Sinners.
Okay, well, that's major qualification for them there and heartbreak for Sinners on the other side. all the way. On Inferno, 16-14. I think they had a 14-11 lead at one point within that game.
Yeah, Sinners always seem to miss out just by the finest of margins, don't they?
Yeah,
remember back to the last RMR, they were very close to qualifying too, ended up losing out on that. Chopper, quick play in towards lobby. It's one for Magix, but the rest of the kills will go the way of Anonymo. To get away with a pick, but that is it. 7 rounds for Anonymo, 5 in a row now as they go on fire.
This is one of those situations right now, if you're looking at it for the side of Spirit, that maybe they want to get aggressive. Maybe they want to decide to just go for something a little bit more push-heavy with the rifles. I know we just saw them get away with it or attempt to get away with it with the pistols there. But you have so many rounds to work with. One of the last things that you'd want to happen is get down to, say, like 15-12, and then you haven't exhausted those options, and then you start pushing and doing those aggressive maneuvers late, and it's going to be a lot more expected. Right now, you're in a position where you can throw everything you want, right? You can throw any little look, any little change-up, any little crazy maneuver. You think, oh yeah, we just need one more round. Oh, here we go. There's an opener for Chopper, but the triple boost coming on in.
That's being assembled. Tudson sent up to it, but no one there with his cross out. Like I said, every time you see this, you're always moving. So the shot, in general, you're either going to miss or you're going to hit the leg shot. But it does get info, at least, something.
I'm sure Magix, from his position on the rafters, just they probably heard the scoping as well. So probably having a good idea of what they were looking for. Smoke wall to be deployed right now. They are down in a number disadvantage here, so can't make any more foot faults. Anonymo, if they want to get another round on the board, it's not going to be easy to do. Time now slowly trickling past. 1 minute left on the clock. The rotation's coming in right now with Squeaky. Will just be smoked on off, peering on through. Patsy's not going to see a whole lot. It's going to be on Chopper. And look what he's got in his hand. A bit of a smoke here for Chopper to deny this on the slither gap. Ready to smoke on any point of contact. That's going to buy a lot of time. Chopper's just going to deploy it now. And look, they're stalled behind this. Can we go forward? Do we have to go back? And if we go back up towards top for a bit of a split situation, time is going to be of the essence here. 35 seconds remaining.
30 seconds. That's all that's left in the round for Anonymo to try and stay alive. Come down, Secret, Innocent. Sending the molly team around the back of the stairway, but Patsy, another kill, perhaps set up. Patsy's got it. It's just Oscarish and Tutson. 1 kill left. On towards Oscarish, who gets the double, but the time is gone. Team Spirit will go back to the major. They will return with some new faces, but they're heading to Antwerp. They've locked it in. And for Anonymo, it is not their time. Poland will have to wait for another major before they see the return of a Polish side.
Yeah, fantastic stuff here. Obviously, the trio of Chopper, Dexter, and Magic's happy to head on back, but for Patsy and Siren, a great opportunity for them.
How could you ever love me? You don't even see me. I'm hanging around.